An injury law firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at Iheart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Start your engines for the Central Florida International Auto Show November 14th to the 17th at the Orange County Convention Center with hundreds of new and unique vehicles. Buy tickets now and save $2 per ticket at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they will tell you it's the best thing they've ever done. And more often than not, they'll add, I should have done it sooner. So what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology. If finances aren't concerned, they offer 24-month interest-free financing. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, September 9th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from his Tyreek Hill guilty to Tom Brady is a terrible broadcaster and a massive manhunt for a crazy man in Kentucky. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
Happy Monday.
And hello, Josh.
Hello.
Hello to you as well. Well, you can join us on the show. Just send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Pretty good. Yeah. Not too bad.
Big weekends? Anything big in your weekend?
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff done. I think we were talked last. It was like I didn't have any plans for the weekend that I knew.
Yeah,
of.
you said there was like nothing on the horizon and you were happy about it.
There ended up being. We ended up having, I didn't know that we had signed up for this, but we went out to Tom's Watch Bar to see like what all the commotion was for the first NFL Sunday.
I could not have been more confused by this place. For those of you not in the know, there's a place called Tom's Watch Bar.
I think Watch Bar is a new term that they invented for this particular thing.
What's the idea? Basically a big bar with a lot of TVs to watch sports?
Yes. Yeah, and so many TVs. Like I got in there and I nobody was surprised when I told my friend, I was like, I want to see the brains of this operation. I want to see the rack mount servers. I want to see all of the guts that put an operation like this together, because there is an impressive amount of televisions just throughout the place that were in different configurations. And yeah.
I was so confused by the place, though, because it has the same logo as the Tom's Shoe Company. And when I started driving by, I thought it was a place where you could watch them make shoes for a little while.
That is not the case.
That'd be fun.
I was really confused as to what the draw was there and why so. It's the same exact Tom's, like Tom's shoes. And then finally,
I wonder if it's the same guy. I don't know. This Tom guy, because I remember seeing it on the news when they were opening. Used to be in the McDonald's Corporation. I think he invented. I think he invented the McFlurry or something like that. Like, there were a couple things that Tom put on the menu. Like that. He's got McFlurry money.
You think I can get you laid? I invented the McFlurry.
Absolutely. That sounds like a How I Met Your Mother subplot where it's challenge accepted, and he just goes and tells everybody he invented the McFlurry all day.
You have to have the one functioning McDonald's ice cream machine in your house.
Yeah. Never breaks down. You have to hear this, though, friends. C-Lane goes out to this Tom's Watch Bar. TVs everywhere, football everywhere, sports fans everywhere. I'm sure drinks, food, all that stuff. But one tiny little problem, I guess.
Yeah. They have DirecTV.
And
there was a storm approaching. And I guess it wasn't a very strong DirecTV. Or I don't know. Like, there were moments where, because there's only so many games at once, and then they have they pick which ones are the bigger draw. There were like half the screens that would go dark and have that DirecTV losing signal thing, and the place erupted in boos.
You want to piss people off? Have a football game on, and it starts skipping, and it starts pausing, and everybody, like somebody's running down the field, a breakaway run, and then all of a sudden, all the TVs cut out.
Yeah,
people will kill each other. It will turn into pandemonium. It's not good. Did they ever get it fixed or no?
I mean, it ended up, sorting itself out after a couple seconds, but it just was like, it was kind of funny because you're like, man, this is the whole thing. Like, what if that were a much worse storm? I would hope that for the money that you spend on a per seat license for showing these games, that you would have some sort of backup.
Oh, yeah, that bad decision there. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers in the pulse, and see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of football. Notre Dame was playing Northern Illinois, and I got to tell you, the local radio broadcast got a little too excited, I thought. Just my opinion. Who am I? I'm not a sports broadcaster. I know. But I thought they just got a little excited.
He's lining it up. 5 seconds left. NIU up 16-14. 62-yarder. Snap, hold, Jeter's kick. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! Picked up by NIU! Picked up by NIU! The Huskies have done it! The Huskies with the biggest upset in NIU history! They come to South Bend, Indiana, and they knock off the number 5 team in the country.
This guy is excited. He's a real. He's going for it. I love what the sports guys just. I think they go out of their sports broadcasting voice because they get excited as an actual fan, and then they're just the guy screaming at the television, and that becomes the broadcast. And that's fine. That's good. And this guy...
That's why live sports radio can be fun, because it's usually... There's a broadcast for both sides. Like I think when you...
There's another guy crying as this happens.
When you get the MLB package... which my roommate used to have. I don't know if he still gets it. You can get it for just your team too. But when you get that, you could watch the TV broadcast, or you could listen to the radio broadcast, and you could pick which one. Do you want to listen to the home team radio station or the away team radio station?
That's fun. I think it's a good idea. And the teams on the radio side get super excited. And these guys don't get paid much. They don't get paid much money to do this. He's just a fan. He's just going nuts, screaming about things, as excited as he possibly could be. And that's fine, because this dude does not get paid as much money as Tom Brady does. He doesn't get... Look up Tom Brady broadcast contract, if you don't mind, because I forgot the amount of money that this man is making. It's stupefying. It's an unbelievable, ridiculous, preposterous amount of money, and the world shouldn't allow it.
Fox Sports announced a 10-year, $375 million contract securing Brady's services as their lead NFL analyst once he hung up his cleats.
Lead NFL analyst. He can't form a sentence. Tom Brady is an excellent football player. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and that's coming from a guy who doesn't even know about sports. He's amazing. I've seen the guy when he's behind in the final couple minutes, last 5 minutes of the game, down by 2 touchdowns, executing plays like nobody could do, but he sucks at talking.
Okay, and imagine this 10-year, $375 million contract exceeds Brady's entire NFL earnings in his career, which totaled just shy of $333 million over 23 seasons.
That's insane.
Why? The people who do the best broadcasting aren't people like Tom Brady. They're the gritty people, like in the basketball world. Charles Barkley wasn't the greatest basketball player. He was a good basketball player, but nobody would say he's the greatest of all time. But guess what he was? A massive personality.
Yeah.
He was so exciting and funny and interesting and cool, and he just said whatever was on his mind. People dug him for it.
And then Tom Brady had a chance to kind of like bank on that massive personality thing when he did the roast. And then post-roast, he came out and was like, I would have not done that. People got their feelings hurt.
During the broadcast, they were wondering why he wasn't getting excited enough for things. I think this is one of the clips here. Let's see.
Something to worry about. 71? This is crazy. Yeah. Well, they got to cover. If it doesn't go in.
Just for the record, as you hear this, remember that this man is making $30 million a year. I don't want to have to do the math, but it's well over $1 million a game that he's getting paid. If you started to break that down, it's probably like several $100,000 per hour. And then I would guess probably sentences were in the 1,000 range. All right? This guy is making a lot of money. He's going, kick look good. Game exciting.
71? This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, they got to cover.
This is like your cousin on the couch next to you with Doritos all over his mouth and fingers, and he's 71 yards? This is crazy.
If it doesn't go in.
This is a 71-yard attempt. And now the Browns will call a timeout.
maybe everyone's going to rethink this one.
71 yards. Third and final timeout.
Go to the Jets now.
This is what you're getting with this guy. It's not great, okay? It's like
Maybe
a dude
he'll
talking.
come into his own.
He won't. Trust me. And then he tried to do a fist bump with one of the guys in the broadcast introduction right here.
Look, it's Mike Pereira.
Mike Pereira, okay.
It's good to have you back.
Hey, good to see you, buddy. Hey.
Good to see you, buddy.
I'm right here.
Mike Pereira's like, how much money are you making? I just asked for a $10 an hour raise, and they wouldn't give it to me. And Tom Brady wants a fist bump in the booth, and he's not giving it to me. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says he sounds like a usual sportscaster to me. He sounds like a fairly dumb person.
He wasn't
talking into a
explaining
microphone.
anything.
He was just, whoa, long kick, good. It's just, come on. The guy is great at sports, great at playing. Nobody can touch him. Behind a microphone, ooh.
So, I mean, when they, because there's a lot of football players that make the transition into this role, into, doing color commentating, being an NFL analyst. Do they practice? Like, do they have somewhere? They don't have like a game feed or like a version of a game that is not with no commentary. It's just the game. And
you know who practices? The guy who was doing that local radio broadcast practices. He's worried what the fans are going to think of his performance. He's worried about how he's going to do. Tom Brady goes, they give me $300 million, and he shows up, puts on the stupid headset, and says a bunch of dumb things. That's exactly what happens. Eric F. on YouTube says, Sean is just jealous they didn't pick him. Sean has immeasurable NFL knowledge. While you're right about the knowledge, you are incorrect about the jealousy. Sean sounds super jealous. I'm not jealous. If anything, I'm a little irritated by the folks in broadcasting that are making really ridiculous amounts of money today. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, no. Here goes.
I want to walk out of this. I want to walk out of the studio right now. I want to just leave. I'm a little irritated.
Josh, did you check your email this morning?
No.
Okay,
I'm gonna check now.
There's a guy who gets paid like Tom Brady of Iheart Radio. Tom Brady-o, we'll call him. And his name, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to start a whole fight, but we'll call him Brian Seacrest, okay? And this Brian Seacrest guy he makes a ton of money for doing a show in Los Angeles that they chop up and try to make something out of as they syndicate it across the country. Good for him. And I think he does some other things, some shows and whatnot. But then he does Price is Right now. And the CEO of our company,
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, you're right. Excuse me. This is why I don't get paid the big bucks. The CEO of our company emailed every employee at Iheart today and said, we need to support Ryan Seacrest by tuning in to Wheel of Fortune tonight.
I'm reading it right now. I missed this earlier.
And I said to myself, what? Why? Why? Millions of people watch the show. It's fine. Wheel of Fortune's going to be fine. Ryan Seacrest's going to be fine. Why don't you send an email and go, you know what we need to do? We all need to listen to the News Junkie. That would be more helpful. It literally would be more helpful than saying, you think we're not aware of that? I don't know what to do with myself. And so this is one of the problems I'm dealing with the suits today. And then I see the suits in Tom Brady's eyes. I see what's happening out there in that world. And I hear football good, pass good, 71-yard kick good. And I think that son of a bitch just made $4,000 for that. He just that utterance, that absolute inane dribble that released from Tom Brady's mouth was enough to make him more than your mother's Social Security check will probably make her in this month. That to me is an unfair thing. It just doesn't seem right to me. Maybe you disagree. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Danielle on YouTube says, Sean, you just need to accept the fact that you are not the chosen one. Danielle, I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one.
That's what the chosen one typically says.
Just Ryan Seacrest is in front of me taking the chosen one money. That's the problem that I'm staring down right now. That's what's happening. That is what's going down. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, if they still allow us to broadcast, we're going to talk about what happened with Tyreek Hill. How you got a guy slammed down on the ground you're kicking him and stuff, and he's trying to get to the football game in Miami. What's happening here? We're going to discuss.
Have the same question that I have last time this happened.
All right, we're going to dive into that. What went down with this Tyreek Hill arrest and what's happening with the cop who kicked him? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. You're welcome, iPhone users.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's an accident affecting both directions on Orange Blossom Trail near State Road 429. Expect delays on the Greenway due to an object southbound near Curry Ford Road. Travel with caution in these areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our Iheart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
Audible is a proud partner of the 2024 Iheart Radio Music Festival. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, plus podcasts and originals, all in one easy app. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in, or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, Iheart. Open your free Iheart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
At SafeTouch Security, we recognize that times are tough. So right now, get a new SafeTouch system for $0 down with a free video doorbell. Plus, add an indoor camera for just $49. Limited time, call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Money Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Money Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Money Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
It's the political heavyweight event.
We like a good fight.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump.
Here, we're going to have some fun, right?
Lace their purple gloves and go for the knockout punch.
You know, when you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
Which candidate will deliver?
I look forward to that debate.
Listen tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on iHeart's 24/7 News channel or search debate on the free iHeart Radio app.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
If you want to learn more about the show or even subscribe to secret shows, you can go to thenewsjunkie.com. It's all right there for you on the website. What is going on with this arrest of Tyreek Hill is the big question in my mind right now. This is very, very concerning to me. I don't know what's happening. I saw a man who is a football player get arrested by a bunch of cops. Somebody seemed to be like kicking him or something. The best part about it was when he got a touchdown, he celebrated in the end zone by pretending he was getting handcuffed, which was...
That was funny.
Fairly enjoyable. Here he is in the end zone celebrating, and his teammate is pretending to cuff him and arrest him. And I've got the press conference that he did talking about this because, of course, after an arrest like that, all they're going to do is ask you about what happened, not during the game, but about the arrest itself. It says, Tyreek Hill is detained by police before Dolphins game. Officer is subsequently placed on leave. And we know what that means. That means this cop will never work again. He'll be punished. He'll go to jail, and he'll have his gun taken away, and never again will he do anything like this. That's how it always happens, right? Perfect system we have. This says Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins was handcuffed and placed face down on a street outside the team stadium. He's right outside the stadium, so close to being where he needed to be. He was stopped for speeding and reckless driving Sunday morning after an incident that left the star wide receiver baffled and resulted in a police officer being placed on administrative leave. Now, I don't know. Maybe he was driving like an idiot. Maybe he was doing something wrong genuinely. I have no idea. Let's hear from him. Here he is at this press conference.
Tyreek, before we talk about the game, can you go through what you experienced? What was your what happened?
Right now, you know, so I've been trying to figure that out too. Man. Right now, I'm still trying to put it all together. So I'm not gonna give you a version that I still don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But
he was there.
I do want to be able to use this platform to say, like, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, bro? Like, worst case scenario, you know, because it's crazy. Like, I want to be a cop one day. I got a state trooper hat, all that, you know, so I got a lot of respect for cops, man. But obviously,
it's going the Shaq route.
You know,
yeah.
Everybody has bad apples in every situation, you know.
I like this because he goes, I want to be a cop when I retire. This guy's saying, I'm not coming at this from some anti-cop perspective. I know how the man feels.
He's not Sean Watson.
You could be turned on a dime. When a couple of SWAT officers act like assholes, it can make you think very differently about things. And Tyreek Hill is just driving to the base or the football game. Sorry, don't jump on me. Football game. Driving to the football game.
Basketball.
trying to play some basketball. Some of his fellow players saw him and they stopped and they tried to help him out. Like, hey, what's going on here? What are you doing? One of them was cuffed for a little while. It was just, it seemed to be spiraling out of control. Did he get heated? Was he being a dick to the cops? I don't know. But that's one thing that I think really needs to be revisited, where you go, well, was he being a jerk to the cops? Who cares? I'm allowed to be a jerk to the cops. I'm still in this country. As of now, I don't know what's going to happen after the election. Still now, I'm allowed to be a dick to cops. I am under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Bill of Rights and everything that allows me to be an American citizen, able to put my middle finger up to a police officer if I want to. I'm allowed to do that for now because it's America. But sometimes we look at these stories and go, well, was he being a jerk? The only question is, did he do something illegal? Did he do something that he should have been pulled over for? Did he do something wrong? That's the only thing that should actually matter. And he doesn't seem to think so.
I want to be able to, use this platform, to figure out a way to like flip this and, make it a positive on both ends, on my end and then also Miami-Dade, so that way we can team together and, do something positive for the community, because that's what it's all about, bro. Like, you guys are here to like protect us as individuals and, I have a platform and I want to be able to team up with you guys. So
good for him. He's being really calm about this.
I kind of dig this guy. I know maybe he beat up his girlfriend back in the day or he had some other problems. But he seems... Yeah. Allegedly.
That's ignorant.
But when I'm looking at what I have in front of me, if I'm just going off what he's showing me at this press conference, he seems cool. He seems like he wants to work this out. And now the police officer has been placed on leave. This will all work out perfectly. Everyone who has done something wrong will be punished. The police unions will not step in the way and put them back into their job, even if they've done something bad.
And my question, not that this matters one way or the other to how Tyreek Hill was treated and whether or not it was appropriate or not.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Tyreek Hill driving himself to the football game?
True. You're big.
Like, I could understand if it was like the left tackle or a safety or somebody, but this is Tyreek Hill. He's a star player.
Yeah. You got all the monies to be able to get somebody else to take you there. Why not just do that? Just for the ease of things.
It's the same thing that I was wondering when Scotty Scheffler got arrested before that PGA championship, and that was a whole thing. And it was just like, why? Some people just like to drive.
Yeah.
And I don't find that to be me. I like driving my truck. I love, I love the vehicle that I drive, and it's fun to drive. But given the option, if I were that famous and making that kind of money, I would have a driver.
I'm with you. And I also say, they say, I won't tell you if I win the lottery, but there will be signs. One of my signs will be that I'm not going to physically move anywhere. People will carry me from place to place. I will be, whether it's horse-drawn carriage or in a car, I will be just having other people take me from A to B and C. And Tyreek Hill, maybe that would be better for him. But you can't use that to excuse these cops. I don't know what the hell they were up to here. It seems pretty dumb, but we'll see what you think. We'll toss it over to you. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. What else do we have on this? Oh, here's some of the footage of the actual arrest. We might as well look at that. Let's see what went down here. Oh, let me mute this just in case there's some cursing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at this car. He's got like what is that, a Ferrari or a Lambo or something?
That's what people in the chat are saying. That, like, I said, why would you drive? And they're like, because he has a Lambo.
People have suicide doors.
He's on the ground, and there's 4 cops with him on the ground. And as of now, they're just kind of holding him there. You can't see, a lot of cars are going by. At one point in a video I saw, there was a cop who either punched at him or I think he kicked at him in the video I was watching. This is still him on the ground in traffic. Broad daylight, put him on his side.
What a weird... Did you notice that for a second in that video? What a weird thing. There's one person taking video of the arrest, and the other person in the car is FaceTiming somebody, showing them live video of the arrest.
Who's the person on the FaceTime? I like this. You see who's walking by? A Dolphins fan with a cooler about to go to the game. He has no idea that Tyreek Hill is on the ground being arrested right here next to him.
Man,
and,
what if he had Tyreek Hill on his fantasy league and he looked over and he was like, son of a bitch.
Get away from him. Leave him alone right now. Here's another video. I'll mute again. These Miami people curse a lot. And, okay, there, right there. Okay, you can see the cop. Was he stomping him? All right, watch this cop. Drops his leg on him for sure. Definitely was kicking at the Tyreek Hill. And considering the circumstances, even if he did do something wrong, he seems like he's being pretty chill about it. But we'll see what you think. Christina says on Twitch, why did this need 4 cops? There are always going to be a gaggle of police officers if somebody gets pulled over and things start to go south.
Well, there needs to be.
Yeah, they always start piling up. A lot of cops are just driving around waiting for something to do. Anonymous Badger says, how is Sean going to fit a horse and carriage inside his house to move him from the bed to the kitchen to the studio? Small one. It'd be a little mini horse inside that brings me around. Outside, Clydesdale. Full size, ready to go, and I'm excited for it. Okay, at the box office this weekend, number 1, Beetlejuice. If I say it again, I'll summon him into the studio. 4,575 theaters and $110 million to the haters, to these reviewers who were saying it wasn't magical, it wasn't the same, it was garbage, it was boring, it was an offensive thing, it was like they tried to make a boring movie. Whatever they said about this or any of the other movies this weekend, Beetlejuice, $110 million is a smack back in your face. Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I think $110 million is a good opening weekend.
I know it's a good opening weekend, but does that mean the movie was good, or does that mean a lot of people went to see if it was good or not?
You're right. That doesn't mean the movie was good. That means the movie was successful so far.
Right.
That's what it means. It could still suck, and people just went to it because it was Beetlejuice. People who were polled leaving the film, though, I think were pretty high in their praise for Beetlejuice. Oh, no, I said it too many times now.
Well, I mean, like I said, you heard reviews that said it sucked. I heard reviews, people that were saying better than the first one. And I'm like, really? That's a bold statement.
Yeah, it is. I cannot believe Deadpool and Wolverine is still in second place. That is stunning to me.
That means that's a good movie.
Run.
People are seeing that again.
Yeah, it's just $614 million, 7 weeks, and still number 2 with $7 million for the weekend. Reagan, number 3. People trying to watch a little Nancy Reagan action. You get out of here. You get out of here with that. Alien Romulus with all the weirdness in there. Number 4. It ends with us with Blake Lively at number 5. One movie that I didn't even know was in theaters this weekend, and I don't know if it was around us anywhere, because honestly, it's awkward and it's odd. Courtney would not want to see this at all, but I would force my hand and make us go see it. There's a documentary out right now called Casa Bonita Mi Amor with Trey Parker and Matt Stone about the whole Casa Bonita thing where they took over the restaurant and
look at the cliff divers, you guys. Ooh, Black Bart's Cave. Ooh, scary.
It made over $2 million, but it's only on 530 screens. It was very big in Denver because I think that's where the Casa Bonita is. And I would absolutely 100% watch that. I would be down to go see that movie. I'll watch it on demand whenever it comes out that way. And a quick note to some of you who might be going to see Beetlejuice at the theater. There are some people who are leaving and are a little upset. They go, why isn't the father in this movie? Why did they brought Michael Keaton back. There's Winona Ryder. Jenna Ortega's in there. She's new, but whatever. And all of these people are back in this film, this Beetlejuice movie. Why isn't the father of the family there? The father of the family
had a little problem with liking his not safe for work content to be people who were under the age of 18. And he got busted with a treasure trove of content that is what they call illegal in that world.
Wait, who was the father?
The father in why am I saying like Kevin McAllister?
The father from the dude from Ferris Bueller's Day
Yes,
Off. What's his name?
Bueller.
Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah, Jeffrey Jones. Very problematic guy these days. He was sentenced to 5 years probation, counseling. He has to register as a sex offender for the remainder of his life. And the judge also said you cannot be in any other Beetlejuice sequels. The judge did not say that, but it was implied in the fact that
Whatever a judge could say that.
You're no longer able to act in these movies. Sorry, get out of here. So that's why he's not in that, just in case you were wondering. Okay, we're going to hear from you with your dispatches. In fact, I think it's time. I think it's time we worked in one dispatch and see what's going on. We got Insecure Walrus talking about Beetlejuice.
Well, we went and saw Beetlejuice this weekend, and in preparation for it, since I had never seen the first one, although it's one of my wife's very favorite films from her childhood, I watched the first one. And honestly, I didn't like the first one. I didn't think the story was good.
Samesies.
Just overall, it wasn't my thing. However, I really enjoyed Beetlejuice. It was written by Al Gough and Miles Miller, who did a bunch of other movies and shows that I've enjoyed over the years, and the story was really good. The effects were about the same, how they handled some of the situations with the actors that aren't there, and things were great. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
All right.
Even though I didn't like the first one.
There you go. That's a good word for Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin didn't come back either. Well, that seems odd. Was he a little busy?
He did kill a guy, or a lady. I'm sorry, killed a lady.
Wow.
That's my bad. That is my bad. Christina says, wow, Sean does not like Beetlejuice. I had mentioned this last week, and I said I was scared of the reaction. I'm generally scared of nothing that is said into this microphone. I don't mind. A backlash is fine. It's part of the job. If you're not getting upset, I'm not doing my job. That is literally something that runs through my head all the time. And when the suits will come at me and be like, somebody was pissed off, and they send an email, I go, good, it's proof I'm doing my job. You should be pissed off about at least something I say every day. But I said the first Beetlejuice was kind of a fun thing, but I'm on my phone. I'm not interested. I'm not paying attention. It's no Terrifier. It's not holding me in. I'm sorry. Okay, quick break. When we come back, Sean just hates Tim Burton. I don't hate Tim Burton.
If Tim Burton would just saw a woman in half, then he'd be on board.
Tim Burton is okay by me. I like Edward Scissorhands. That was the one that I was a big fan of, but not this one necessarily. We got another Jeb Bush. You can clap, Please clap. Please clap moment from Jeb Bush. There's another politician that this just happened to. So I always like these. I want to celebrate them. We'll listen to it together. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we got numerous storms developing, about an 80% chance for rain, and like in days past, it may come down so hard that it causes a little bit of ponding, even some nuisance street flooding, some of those notorious low spots. Remember, you don't want to drive through that stuff. We'll see a high temperature about 89 degrees, rain ending after 8 p.m. More of the same tomorrow. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown. down as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Mike, we just got the Bartesian. It's like having a full bar in our home.
Sounds amazing.
It is. With Bartesian, everything you need is in these little capsules. Bitters, real fruit juices. Then all you do is add your choice of liquor, and you got the perfect cocktail in under 30 seconds.
Wow, I may need a Bartesian.
For a limited time, save $50 on the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. Only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
The podcast. It's available over on the website, and you can get all the links you need to subscribe to the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Josh, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to come out and say it.
Okay.
This is not a thing you hear very often. You have too much hair. There's so much hair.
No one ever hears that.
You have twice the amount of hair of the average man and 4 times the amount of hair that I do. How long have you been growing this out for? It's a beautiful mane.
God, it's been almost 2 years, I think.
God, see, like just standing near that
must unfurl it.
Oh, look at it's a mane. Look at this. Look at it.
It is hard to manage.
There's a lot there. Boy, good for you, man.
Thank you.
I'm going to say something controversial. All right. I'm not saying this to be controversial. I'm just saying it because it's the way I feel, and a lot of you are going to get mad about it. That's 3/4 of my life.
Oh, boy.
Kendrick Lamar is a bad choice for the halftime performance at the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
All right. There, I said it. There, I put it out there. I said it. This is not to say that Kendrick Lamar is not talented or a good rapper or better than me. Sean, let's see what you got. Do a freestyle.
Do it.
This is only to say that only particular acts, for me personally, work as a performer during the Super Bowl halftime. And I think Kendrick Lamar's music isn't of the beats per minute that you need to really have a great performance there. When The Weeknd performed at the Super Bowl, I don't mind The Weeknd. Some of his songs are good. He's a creative, talented guy, unless he's doing a TV show. But the performance was boring because anybody doing those types of songs, that speed of songs, you can't make a magic. You can't make magic out of something that's too slow.
Magic.
You can make it a magic. It's difficult. Kendrick Lamar is a bad choice for the Super Bowl halftime performance. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I know some of you are going to go, I love him. He's great. And he is. He's talented. But there's a difference between good and talented and perfect for or even good for the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think that he's a good fit. I don't think that he's the guy to do this. When you have somebody like Eminem, okay, that works. Not just because he's white. Don't hit me with that. It's because his music is faster and catchier. Maroon 5, damn it, white again. Any of these performers. Jay-Z, I got a black one. All right. He performed at the Super Bowl, didn't he? Jay-Z, he's the one who books the Super Bowl. Has he performed at one of the Super Bowls? I'm not sure if he has.
I don't think he performs at all anymore, really.
Prince was a banger of a performance.
Yeah.
And all these other performances I've seen, most of them
Michael
good.
Jackson with that card stunt.
Yeah. I remember that was way back in the day. That was awesome. I didn't really much care for Janet Jackson, but her boob was good. And so that carried the day, I thought. They did all right there. When I look at it, I go, I don't know if this is a good fit. Sea Witch on YouTube says, I have no idea who Kendrick Lamar is. That's okay. It's all right.
He's very
a lot of
hot
people,
right now.
Yeah, he is. And he's not friends with Drake. They don't do well together. No. And he thinks Drake's not black enough, so they fight over that. That's one of the things. And that he does performances where people go to watch him, and he plays the same song 6 times in a row, which I don't quite understand, but maybe I'm just not enough into the music and the format. Maybe other people really like that. I just don't get it as a choice. And hate me if you want. I just don't think it's a great choice. Dwayne on YouTube says Lil Wayne is from New Orleans. That would just make sense. Lil Wayne could do it. Lil Wayne has some music that's higher energy, I think. And I would be down to hear all of it. I like him. I enjoy him, and I would be for it. But I don't know if this one works. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Tell me why. Give me the song that is the argument where at least one song has to be pop, pop, pop.
Not like us.
No, not that one.
Okay.
I don't
Another
like
one. All right. That's a
and
good
nothing
one.
from To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay, so nothing from one of his best albums of all time.
Yeah, I mean, very, very successful. He's a successful guy. I agree. He's a talented guy. I agree. I just don't think he's a good choice for the Super Bowl. Rachel says, you're not hip enough, Sean. I am all of the hip. I am all of the hip. But I also think that there's certain things that work good in different venues and atmospheres. Now, it could be the case, you could make the case, Sean, when somebody's picked for the Super Bowl, they're not just going to be all alone out there. He'll perform with some other people, and maybe there'll be other songs that are high energy that fit in and that will bring everybody up and get us pumped for the second half of the Super Bowl. You might be right. You might be right. That would be a good idea if they did that. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Dan the Pool Man emails the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, News Junkie. I know you're probably having the same issues with the podcast as you did with YouTube, not being able to play licensed music. I think a great idea would be to have C-Lane and Sabrina make up a bunch of Suno.ai songs like the Final Dispatch and your Eurovision song. The podcast coming right back into Talk Cold and Hard is a very awkward experience. I love you guys.
Hard.
Cold and hard. You truly are the three best friends I never knew. I had long-time listener Dan the Pool Man. Dan, when you get a little further onto the podcast, you'll see that there have been like little interlude songs that have been added. Those kind of things. And I think they bridge the gap and make it a better experience. Let me know what you think. Okay?
And guess what? If not, you'll get used to it in no time, and you'll forget that you even hated it.
If not, I will do my own Kendrick Lamar style raps that will be placed within the podcast, and you will be blown away by my lyrical abilities. All right?
I believe you.
No. I don't think you do.
I want to support you, but I just...
I don't think you do. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. McPhee emails the show, and it says about Brady. I said, Brady is not a great sports broadcaster, and he's getting paid $300 million. I'm going to lose my mind. He said the game was 27-3 at the half. I appreciate that Brady sounded bored because it was a bad game. McPhee! What I think of your email, all right? First of all, that's the job of the broadcaster. The job of the broadcaster is, even when things are boring, to still make it seem exciting. There was a 70-yard field goal going on. That's kind of cool. I'm interested in that. Tell me all the other things that are 71 yards long.
Yeah, bring in those stats about how many 71-yard field goal attempts are successful.
Right, and I'll go, wow, it's a really long way to kick things. And
actually, that sounded Brady-esque right there.
We're going to get to your dispatches in just a moment here. I said there was a please clap moment. I love me some please clap moments. That is when a politician, generally speaking, is throwing an event, and they're speaking at this event, and they say an applause line, and nobody applauds. There was a moment with Jeb Bush.
Please clap.
Please clap. It got quiet, and he goes, please clap, please. Please clap. Please clap. There's a moment with Fred Thompson, I think was his name. It was the actor who ran for president. Fred Thompson?
He ran for president? I know that. Yeah. I know he was in politics. Fred Thompson was from Law and Order, I think.
Yep. Yeah, he ran for president as a Republican, and he was trying to get everybody rallied up and excited. And is rallied up a thing, or did I just make that up?
Sure.
He was revved up. He was trying to get everybody revved up. And he did this thing where he goes, before we get started, let's just have a round of applause. And the quiet room starts just applauding for no reason.
That's right. Let's hear it for me.
And it's kind of strange when this happens. Now, this is Kimberly Guilfoyle, who is in Trump's orbit. And I guess she was at a speech. And let's see how it went. Here we go.
From all walks of life have had enough of the Democrats' decline, and we are ready. We are willing, and we are able to spark a new era of American exceptionalism. You can clap for that.
Oh, God. That is a quiet room. Like, this is as if they threw a political rally during what was happening in a quiet place. Nobody in the audience is making a noise. Listen how quiet.
Americans from all walks of life have had enough of the Democrats' decline, and we are.
I don't hear anybody in the background.
We are willing, and we are able to spark a new era of American exceptionalism.
It's a full venue.
You can clap for that.
Oh,
it hurts. I feel like my stomach's stuck in my throat just secondhand.
Yeah, just being anywhere near that.
I've got a moment on one of those tower rides where you got to the top and now you're dropping. You're like,
yeah. Well, somebody throw her a life preserver, please. It's not going well
you can
on the
clap
stage.
for that.
And now it's not going well in the dispatches, I don't think. I'm just guessing. I see the Kendrick dispatches coming in. I'm going to hold these. I'm going to hold them right here. We'll get to those when we come back. Plus, I want to talk about, there's a couple of things we got to get to, but these aren't, something that is now popular as hell. Couldn't be more popular with younger people. That is blowing my mind. That is dangerous. And that is so easy to get, it will shock you. Whoa. Sorry. Did you say that in Talkbacker?
Yes, I did.
And Amy Caulfield. Amy Caulfield is not the thing, to be clear. We'll get to the thing after
so
Amy
easy
Caulfield.
to get.
Yeah, we're going to Amy Caulfield, our great friend Amy Caulfield. I forgot she is joining us. I'm super excited. Love Amy Caulfield, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your new Orlando home for Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Real Radio 104.1. Fire the cannons.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple things to watch out for on the Greenway. Off-ramp backup southbound to Colonial Drive. Debris in the roadways causing delays southbound on the Greenway near Curry Ford Road. Intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway, and delays on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535 there. Watch out for an accident on John Young Parkway near Colonial Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before. While you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
Get ready for fall road trips with Pep Boys. Shop and save on newly reduced prices on hundreds of tires. Save up to $420 instantly on select Cooper tires. That's up to $300 in savings with buy 3 get the 4th free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy 3 get the 4th free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of one tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit petboys.com for details.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio! 104.1.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Always to join our friend, the lovely, the talented, and the best, Amy Caulfield.
Woo! Hey, you guys. Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday to you, Amy.
Good to see you.
Yeah, right back at you. Did you have an exciting, enjoyable weekend?
It was busy. It was a super busy weekend. So let's see. I had a couple events this weekend. We did the Cattle Barons Ball, which raises money for the American Cancer Society. That was on Saturday night, which is an awesome event. Like everybody dresses up in like denim and cowboy boots and hats. So that was really fun. And then that was down at Bonnet Creek at the Hilton down there.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we did our NFL on Fox kickoff at Icon Park. And so we were out like that whole area, like right in front of the big Orlando Eye, you know, so we had that all roped off, and we had the East River High School band was down there. We had a bunch of people and snacks and food, and it was fun. We had a great time.
I probably could have seen you from where I was up in the Tom's Watch Bar. It's like a high up in there, and you can see the eye, and you can see you can see the work they're doing on Epic Universes, which is really cool looking. It's great.
Oh, man.
What did you think of it? Because David Martin did a bunch of live shots from up there not too long ago, and it looks like so much fun. The food looked really good. Did you have a good time?
I said earlier, we had a good time. I thought it was interesting that they went with DirecTV, and so when the storm rolled in a little bit, some of the games went a little black for a couple seconds, and the crowd mentality there was there. They were like, it was the NFL first Sunday. There was some booing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then there is a whole issue with DirecTV and ESPN right now, too, the whole contract dispute.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't even think of that.
Maybe they did it on purpose. Oh, it could have been like an attempt to hijack them. So, Amy, when you're out there like that and you guys are doing the show live, you must have tons of people that come up and they're like awkwardly have an interaction with you. How do you handle those interactions?
It's not awkward.
Not for you.
It's so different when you guys have listeners come up to you. Okay, so my favorite thing, and you guys will appreciate this because it's my favorite thing. So as I'm walking across the street, I parked actually across the street, like over by like where the Rosen Aquatic Center is, and like walked across and then down. And as I'm walking down, there's a Carrabba's right there, right before you get to the eye. And one of the cooks who works there was walking in, and he was like, "Amy Caulfield, I listen to you on the News Junkie. And that's like, I know you guys, I say this all the time, but that's like my favorite thing to hear. So I was like, okay, I'll give you a shout out on Monday. I should have gotten his name. He was really nice. But he was walking in and it just like, that just makes my day.
Yeah. Do you ever have you had an awkward fan interaction though? Have you had anybody who like won't go away? And
I mean, I think so. We do have security that we like hire when we have events, and like there's like a security guard that like usually stands there like just in case something awkward were to happen. But no, honestly, everybody is usually very nice. I mean, there are some people who are talkers, but that's okay. You know, I mean, it's fine.
See you later, Josh. It's so funny to me to hear Amy talk about a Fox 35 live broadcast compared to a real radio live broadcast where we don't, not only do we not have security, we don't even have like engineers. We don't.
No.
We literally just have our bodies. We have us.
In fairness, we don't
So
need
what
the
happens
security.
if something goes wrong?
If something goes wrong, it always
Is it
goes
pure
wrong.
chaos?
Yeah, we just twiddle our thumbs for a while. The last live broadcast we did, I was responsible for keeping us on the air, and my laptop overheated, and so we were just kind of like, well, I let Sean and Sabrina pretend that we were not off the air for a little bit, just let them continue the show. Because that's better mental wise for Sean.
I think I should pick up on this because C-Lane, if we're not actually on air, is like a DJ at a music festival where they pretend to turn the knobs and they're like, you know, pretending like we're still on air. He's going over the top. I should notice that we aren't actually on air, but I never do. And then when I do, I lose my mind. Oh, so we don't have that.
What did you guys do this weekend? Anything fun?
We had a lot
of yard
nice
work.
Did
really?
you?
Oh yeah.
But how did you do the yard work? It's been raining so much. Like I can't even. There's like no. I mean, it's crazy. There's like no window to even walk the dog.
Saturday.
I was like last night. It was like 9:30. I'm like I can't even walk the dog. It was still pouring.
Saturday late morning, early afternoon. There was plenty of time and also plenty of sun, plenty of hot, wet sun to get the chainsaw out and start just clearing out
all the chainsaw.
Debris.
They let you have a chainsaw? This seems like a bad idea. Oh, that's not good. Amy.
By the way, it is pouring right now. It's like so loud in here that I can like it's crazy.
Okay,
we apparently we don't have good insulation under the roof. So
can we talk about this? Your meteorologist team is second to none over at Fox 35. They're very, very good at what they do. Are we in some sort of record-breaking territory? Because in my estimation,
for rain,
it's been
crazy,
right?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Like last week, Tampa broke a record at their airport. They had like almost 5 inches of rain in one day. But we've had, I mean, as you guys know, Sabrina was actually texting me last week, and there was some flooding, like localized flooding, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Amy, your crew's like 1 block away from where I live," and she said it's crazy right now. I mean, to the point that it's like overwhelming the drainage system. So a lot of these neighborhoods are flooding, and like I'm looking outside right now, and it's like torrential downpour again.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're probably getting close. I think we've definitely whatever deficit we had, because we didn't get a lot of rain in August, we have definitely made up for it.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I should have told you not to make this awkward, but Sabrina's no longer on the show, and moving forward, we're just trying to do the best with the crew.
I didn't know that, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
I should have texted you before. What? I'm sorry.
So mean.
You're such a dick.
Are you guys messing with me?
Yes, I'm sorry.
She's in Italy,
not us guys. One of us.
I know she's in Italy. I have been messaging her, but she didn't mention anything about that. You are such a jerk, Sean. I'm going to come. What time are you going to be there today? I'm going to come down and smack you.
Oh, we need security now.
That's terrible. Yeah, now you need security.
Amy, I'm sorry.
I'm going to come down and
hold on. Hold on. Could you even imagine if that was the truth? And he did that on the air.
So awkward. I know. I was like, what do I say? I don't know what to say.
She's
this
so
is so
professional.
awkward.
You cannot rattle this woman. She's so professional, even under those circumstances. I apologize.
I'm going to go back and get the clip of this and send it to her in Rome while she's munching on some fabulous, she's like posting all these pictures of all the fun food she's eating. She's having a great old time.
She's living her best life right now.
Her.
Everything is like glorious food item in Italy.
Aperol spritzes and pizzas and beaches.
God, we'll hear from her. She's not.
She's living her best life. I'm happy for her. That's awesome. Is that her first time in Europe or no?
No, she's been to Ireland, and she went there,
fun.
I think, last year. But this, and I thought that was a pretty big ask. This is a wedding. She has somebody that she knows that's getting married, and the whole wedding's going down in Italy. And that's
expensive.
Talk about destination weddings. That's
no kidding. Wow, that is crazy.
But yeah, that's where she is.
You guys, so all right, so like was the wedding last weekend, like, or she is like leading up to the weekend, which is coming up?
I don't know how long the wedding. Yeah. Also,
because she didn't post any wedding pictures that I saw.
No, we know how long the trip is. We don't know how long the wedding is.
Well, we also there was a huge run up to this. Serena's a planner, for those of you who don't know, and she has like a planning book for her planning book, and she plans for stuff way ahead of time. I don't understand it, but she was planning on this forever, and then at the last minute she had some problems. And then I believe she flew out on either Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. Got there on Friday and met her girlfriend out there. But I don't know how long she's staying for. But if I was going to Italy for a wedding, let's say if it was for 3 days, I would definitely take extra time around that. Got to go see. Have you been to Italy?
I have not. It's on it's my bucket list. I have a lot of them on my bucket list. So we've only been over twice. The first time we went was 10 years ago. We did Paris and London, and then there was a 10-year hiatus because when you have kids, Celine, you're about to learn this too, like that, and you just your life is surrounded with kid stuff. So then 10 years later, then we finally did this trip to Greece this summer. But yeah, that's it. Like we've only been over twice in 10 years.
That I wasn't really thinking about, and I'm being honest here, about going to Greece until I saw you go on your vacation, Amy, and saw how beautiful it was in the photos that you were posting. And
you gotta go. Yeah. You would love it.
Immediately, Courtney and I were talking like, this is a place that we definitely have to get to.
We talk about that a lot. We talk about that a lot in my family because when Ashley was in the hospital after we had gotten into a car accident, and she was on a lot of drugs, lot of drugs, and so I was talking to her, and I was like, babe, if I could get you anything in the world, what would you want right now? She says, a helicopter. I was like, and I said, okay. I go, and where do you want to go in the helicopter? She says, Greece.
I love her.
And I was like,
why didn't you film this? This would have been David at the dentist.
I go, well, I think we would probably take a different flight, maybe a full-size plane if we were going all the way to Greece. A helicopter seems like not the capacity, but, I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good stuff.
All right, let's talk about what's happening in the news. What's getting your attention today, Amy Kaufman?
Well, there's a couple things. So jury selection is set to begin today in the trial of Lori Shaver. And you guys may not remember this story. This actually happened all the way back in November of 2015. So almost a full decade ago. And so Lori Shaver allegedly shot and killed her husband and buried him under the fire pit behind their house in Claremont in Lake County. Well, 3 years go by. She basically, to authorities, she pretended that he was still alive and going. So, that's quite a ruse, right? You got friends, family, right? Hey, where is he? What's going on? And so for 3 years, she was able to sort of keep up this ruse that he was still around.
Really?
And then finally, police got caught on to it, and so they started investigating, and he was found again in the backyard in the couple's home, and they basically found like an arm bone, and then they found the rest of it. Michael Shaver was his name. So her defense attorneys argue that her now teenage daughter, who would have been 7 at the time this happened, her attorneys argue that it was the 7-year-old that shot and killed her dad.
Interesting.
And that the mom apparently just helped to dispose of the body. This is a very complicated trial. So again, that jury selection is happening today. We're going to be following this story. But can you imagine? I mean, I would not want to be on that jury. So, I just think maybe, it could be fascinating to hear the details of this case, but to try to say that it was a 7-year-old.
Has the 7-year-old been charged with anything, or that's only part of the defense?
No.
Okay.
That is just part of what the defense is alleging. Yeah.
Man,
happened.
that's an interesting case, actually.
Very.
You're right. Other than the fact that it's very gruesome and terrible that somebody died, you're right. It would be very interesting to be on a jury like that.
How long, Amy, did you say that the wife pretended the husband was alive?
3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
3 years.
incredible.
What does that say about this guy? Because I don't know anybody. But, I mean, we
It
obviously...
says he has less friends than I do. This is a person that does not have a lot of connections.
Does he have a job?
Yeah. Well, so it says here for 3 years, Michael was considered missing and presumed to be living a new life with a new woman. Then they started searching the couple's backyard, and that's when they found a human remain. And then they started doing a little digging, and they found more.
My God. Oh, that's
But
an
I mean, you could
story.
say that, right? I mean, you could say, oh, he met this woman and fell in love, and he just up and left me, right? And I don't know where he is, and he left no forwarding address. I don't know. But just in this day and age, like with the with a cell phone and like there's no bank records, there's no he left his job, right?
It's incredibly suspicious, but it makes me wonder, do you have the right to disappear like that? Are you allowed? Would you be allowed to? I guess you would still have to pay taxes and
child support.
Child support would be
right. You're
a huge
obligated
one.
to pay child support. You're obligated to
I'm
I don't know. It's a fascinating case. It's a fascinating case. So
there's no way you could hide
we'll
me.
See.
You couldn't hide me for 3 years. It's not a thing.
I don't think it could hide you for 3 days. I think that very quickly people would be asking questions and not accepting answers of if your wife said, "Oh no, he left me for another woman," and nobody's going to just take that.
And by the way, the daughter is expected to testify in this trial. So,
oh boy, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
It is indeed. Follow that one. That's a really, really interesting case to watch.
It's one of those ones where you're like, oh, this is going to turn into a 48 hours type of, where they do an in-depth mystery and try to figure out what really happens. I don't know.
Are you into that stuff? You get wrapped into the true crime
I love
world?
that stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. If I'm on a long drive by myself, I'll listen to all those true crime podcasts, and try to figure out who done it. I love that stuff.
Do you get turned off by the really gory or really creepy murdery ones, or you're just yep, I've been in the news long enough?
I guess, as long as I'm not seeing really grotesque pictures, I guess I would, you know what I mean? That's why I think it's hard to be on a jury, because if you're in a jury, you have to look at everything. So I don't know that I would want to see all of that. I could never be.
We're watching this Born Evil show on Max, on the Max platform right now.
What's this about? What's Born Evil about?
It's about a dude who's he
was born evil.
He was kind of, but he's killed a handful of people, and they're figuring everything out, and he's he's mentally off, but he's very creepy. It's just the whole thing is creepy, and we love it.
Well, okay.
What's it on, C-Lane?
The Max app.
On Max. Oh, see, I don't get that. That's too highbrow. It's one more thing I can't pay for.
Just too much?
There's too much. It's how many streaming services can you have?
It's a lot.
Netflix is up to $17 now. It's crazy.
They're all doing that to me. I have so many of them. Some of them I don't think we actually even use. I'm convinced, but Cordy says we need all of the things that we have at the moment. Anything else grabbing your attention out there, Amy?
This poor Polaris Dawn crew, we'll see. Maybe they'll take off Tuesday morning. It's only a 40% chance of go right now. So they have been waiting around for, going on almost 2 weeks now. And, they're in quarantine and they have to wait. Thankfully, it's supposed to be a short mission. So
Isn't the wait based on their landing more
Correct.
so than their taking off?
Yes, it's correct. The problem is that they just have, and you guys know, the weather's been kind of icky. So we're dealing with issues as far as where the landing zone would be, and that they're just not finding good weather for the potential if they have to land. If they have to abort and come back, they need to have safe conditions for that.
Man. All right. There's a lot going on in the space world. I know the Boeing thing came back, I guess.
It did.
So
it came back Saturday.
Does that mean that if the astronauts were on it, they would have been able to make it back safely? It looks like.
I think so. As long as it was pressurized and everything was good. But here's the problem: is that the issues that they were having with the Starliner, they were not able to bring back. So remember, they were having some thruster issues and some leak issues, some helium leak issues. That part of the spacecraft was not able to return. So unfortunately, they're not able to look specifically specifically at those issues to find out. They'll be able to do a little bit of fact finding, but not everything that they need to know in order to fix what's wrong with it so that they can continue.
Yeah, football season, as we were talking, kicked off this weekend. I know in the world of college football, I just keep seeing people who I know, friends of mine, who are melting down that their teams that have been good for so long are. It seems like everybody's having the worst season ever.
Yeah, like Florida State.
Florida State. I have friends who love Florida State. They went to Florida State. They're the mega fans. And they're losing their minds right now because things just have not been going good. It's kind of a surprise season, I think. Now, who's the team that you root for in college?
So I'm an Ohio State fan.
That's right.
But we don't really play anybody tough until I don't know, for another month. We played Western Michigan this weekend and they won 54-0.
Mm-hmm. What is when you're watching? Do you watch at home? Do you guys go somewhere to watch the game? What do you usually?
I usually just watch at home. Yeah, usually at home. The big upset this weekend was Northern Illinois over Notre Dame. There were a lot of people who were shocked about that.
I had heard. I don't know how true this is. I had heard that team got paid over $1 million to play.
That's right. I think it was 1.3. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they got
because they pay these teams basically so that they can beat up on them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Come over here, get your butt kicked, and then go back and just be happy you got to play Notre Dame. And not only do they get paid, they get to pick up a check, and they got a win out of that game.
They won. Yeah, the coach was awesome afterwards. He was super emotional. It was really sweet. Yeah.
There's some really crazy seasons that are playing out right now for some of these teams. We'll see where it all goes. Amy Kaufman, thank you so much.
Love you guys.
We love you. We appreciate it. I'm sorry for
You're such a jerk. I'm totally going to text Sabrina and tell her.
Oh, please.
What time is it there? It's like dinner time there, right?
Yeah. All right. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Love
Amy
you guys.
Kaufman from Fox 35. Now, I want you folks all to start following, if for nothing, that story that Amy was just telling us about, this court story. The coverage on Fox 35's website of all things local and national is really, really good. And it's why it's one of my sources that I use before I start the show every single day. So fox35orlando.com, no matter where you're listening to the show right now, go there every single day and support our friend Amy K. Amy, we will see you next week.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Amy Kaufman. She's the best. Yeah. When we come back, we are going to get to this thing that young folks are getting into. I can't believe it's this easy to access this stuff. Can't believe you can just buy this online. What's going on? We'll get to that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's a bit of commotion this afternoon to keep an eye out for. Travel with caution. The left lane is blocked on the Beach Line westbound near Dallas Mainline Toll Plaza. Multiple lanes are blocked on I-95 southbound near International Speedway Boulevard due to an accident. The off-ramp from I-95 southbound to I-4 westbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our Iheart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
Own the moment with the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. Wear timeless styles with technology that lets you listen to music, capture pictures and videos, live stream, make a hands-free call or text, and even ask Meta AI questions on the go, all while you stay present in the moment.
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, Iheart. Open your free Iheart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You see any Safe Touch security signs anywhere?
Nope. Coast is clear, boss.
Good, because we gotta stick to the Crooks Rust Golden Rule.
Stay away from Safe Touch houses and businesses.
All right, MacGyver, let's go.
Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license CF 2000-1945.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hey, Leesburg, get ready for an evening of fun and excitement this Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. Join us at Town Square for live music featuring the incredible Trey Jones. But that's not all. Experience the magic of our evening market on 5th Street. Browse unique finds and tasty treats. Grab a drink, ice cream, or savory snack from one of our downtown establishments as you stroll and discover Leesburg. Mark your calendars for this Friday. Discover Leesburg. Go to Leesburg Special Events on Facebook for more info.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL Media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, Iheart. Open your free Iheart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit FrankGayServices.com or call for details.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row.
I hope not. I don't want to make Amy. Oh, boy. I have to be real with you. During the break, I thought about texting Amy Caufel just to make sure she wasn't upset with me.
Well, maybe you should.
I was like, no, I think she's fine. She'll know I was just screwing around. But I can't help myself sometimes. If I see content, I just head in the direction of content. It's why my personal relationships are so strained. C-Lane and Josh barely like me, folks. They're barely hanging on. And here we are. I want to ask everyone a question. And the question is this. There's a lot of Americans, according to this Wall Street Journal story that I'm seeing, that are saying flat out no. They're saying no politics. No politics allowed. Not in their conversations at their house, not in their conversations with friends. They don't want it in their social media feeds. They don't want it anywhere around
Instagram,
them.
Twitter, y'all see this?
They want a politics-free world that they're living in. And the people who do this swear by it. They say it improves your mood. It improves everything about your life. And this says from the Wall Street Journal, as I said, in a heated election season with global conflicts intensifying, news abounds. Some Americans are avoiding it at all costs. They're canceling subscriptions, deleting apps, silencing notifications, and unfollowing rabble-rousers. Many want no part of the presidential debate that is tomorrow or the fallout. Political discourse has infiltrated everything from Sunday church service. This is true. I heard from two people I know that they left their church because of politics. One was because they had a pastor at the church who was all about the woke type stuff, politically correct stuff, and about social justice and those kind of things. And they just started steering the church in a very, very political leftist direction that they didn't like. And the other one was exactly the opposite. It was somebody who their pastor became like a pastor for the Trump campaign, and things got really political, and they wanted to leave their church. They don't want that to be part of their church.
There was a somewhat of an exodus in the United Methodist Church, in as much as some of the churches were voting to like leave the United Methodist. Like they're still Methodist, but they're like a different sect of Methodist now because there's the United Methodist, and like my aunt's church did this.
Yeah.
And she was like, listen, I didn't vote for this. I voted against it. But they won't say that it's because the United Methodist Church wants to let gay people in. But
really?
Yeah, but she thinks that that's, definitely the unspoken thing, Now,
that would be small for me. I would think, like, if you said, well, we want to allow gay people into our church. Well, of course, everybody should be allowed into the church. This is ridiculous. I view say they feign ignorance rather than joining impassioned discussions. It's like when your friend says, so what do you think about Gaza? And you say,
Gaza, I hardly know so.
I don't want to chime in on that. Is it okay if I'm just a person without an opinion on this topic? Even with those with firm political views, they say they don't want to enjoy these discussions. It isn't that they're uninterested or uncaring about world events. They're inundated by the sheer volume of new headlines. And they say no politics allowed. There's tons of members joining this growing movement, I should say. About 62% of U.S. adults say they're worn out by so much coverage of the campaign and the candidates. How do you feel? All right, are you still for politics or no politics? This is just a question. We'll gauge your response. We'll utilize that in the run-up to November and how we handle things on the show. Do you hate the politics? Do you enjoy the politics? Do you want just a little dabble of the politics so you know what's going on, you're keeping up with things? Maybe we got a couple of jokes here or there. That's what I like. I like the funny clips. I like the stuff where we can mock whoever it is. I don't care what party the person is a member of. But let us know what
you guys like that Kamala clip I sent you this weekend?
Oh, that was funny. Oh, man, I wish I still had that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could find this. It's pretty good, actually. I showed Courtney that when we were on the couch. I sent C-Lane this weekend. Somebody had done an animation of the incident where the Dave Matthews Band tour bus let out a bunch of their tank, I guess, for their tour bus with all the poop in it over the bus. And the animated version was so insane.
And very graphic.
It did. And Celia said after that it aired, there was this Kamala Harris bit.
It was like I clicked the link, and then after that video was done, it auto-scrolled to the next video, and it was this this recut that somebody had done of a speech Kamala Harris did, and with some very familiar music in the background.
Okay, I've got this, just in case you haven't seen. And I got one of Trump that we'll listen to, just so we're super even-handed when we're talking about politics. A thumbs up politics talk, somebody says. That was surprising to me. Here we go.
So you know how those lids are, because this is, well, I'm just going to speak, okay? So this is it. So you know how those lids on the Starbucks cups, they're white, right? And so if you wear lipstick, they get all over the lid. And so then I find myself in meetings if I'm the only woman, and that's kind of it. So I keep taking the lid off and having my cup out so that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid? Conversation.
That's my favorite part. So that was that conversation. I don't know how many times I've done that on the show where you tell a story that goes nowhere and you go, just want to tell you a little something about me.
You can clap for that.
Yeah. Please clap if you don't mind. There you go. There she is.
Please clap.
Let's go to the other side of the dime. Trump is still talking about Hannibal Lecter. Now he's talking about why people react to him talking about Hannibal Lecter and why he's really talking about Hannibal Lecter.
And then the press, when I say Dr. Hannibal Lecter, the press says, oh, why did he mention that? They're wise guys back there, just wise guys. They say he rambled and started talking about Hannibal Lecter. What does that have to do? That's a representative of people that are coming into our country. Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
All right, thank you. This is
he behind a shield?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think so.
Because that the
he's kind of foggy, right?
Yeah, the shot looked terrible.
Yeah, I think he's behind his shield
Camera
here.
shot.
And I know he hates that. you're going to Tenacious D this show, buddy. It's all over. Instagram apologies forthcoming. So what do you think? Politics, yes, or politics, no? Because people seem very split on this. And we always want to make sure we're doing what you guys want to hear on this show. And the Wall Street Journal says there's a lot of people, no politics, no politics, no politics. I'm in this camp. I love explosive things. I love exciting things. I love interesting things. Sometimes those things happen to get political. Sometimes you're going to get mad. But as always on the show, if something pisses you off, wait 5 seconds and we're on to something else. We move like that. And we'll get on to the next thing. But I'd love to hear where you're coming from. State your name. Tell me what you think. Politics, yes. Politics, no. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. The younger kids, they're getting into trouble out there. There's something that the youths are accessing. I teased that. I should have done it in this segment. I should have done it right now. I apologize. We got caught up in things. It happens around here. But I do have this thing that is dangerous that young people are getting into that we have to get into ourselves. Plus, we got the next episode on the way. And it's going to be a banger of a next episode.
Yeehaw.
Who's doing it today?
No one knows.
We'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like your audio junk drawer, where you occasionally find that thing you need. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. You know, this afternoon is going to be remembered as a stormy one. More numerous thunderstorms, dumping anywhere from 2 to as many as 5 or 6 inches in spots. You got to watch out for some of that street flooding. You know, we've had so much rain that the rain doesn't really have anywhere to go. It's kind of just running off and puddling and ponding until it slowly seeps into retention ponds. Just be careful out there. High temps around 89. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Homeowners, first of all, congratulations. It's an awesome step. Owning a home is a super cool thing, and you should be proud of yourself. Now you've got some legacy wealth you can pass on to the next person in your family. But with that, there come a few issues. One is all those expensive things around your house, when they break just because they get older, you got to replace them. And the air conditioning is one of the scariest, but you don't have to be scared of your AC breaking down any longer. Mills Air is going to help get you back up and running if you have a problem right now. And they're going to help you with their preventative maintenance that could save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. That'll help you before anything goes down. I'll tell you where to call, and the website and all that stuff in a second. But I drove by a house the other day. There's the Mills Air van right out in front of it. And you know immediately when you drive by, they're probably dealing with a situation where the AC is not working. It's hot in the house, muggy in there even. You don't want that. But if you get ahead of it, you can call Mills Air to do the preventative maintenance. They'll clean out all your lines. They'll change your filters, whatever needs to be done. They're going to do it for you. And they're going to be incredibly fair and honest with you because they want a customer for life. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they can get you rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Here's that number for preventative maintenance. Just do this. It is smart. 407-277-1159. 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Navy Federal Credit Union is back with more eligibility. Now you can hear all your favorites like, my brother's a veteran, I get amazing rates. My mom served, I get 24/7 member support. Grandpa was a soldier and now I'm a member. And who could forget? Thanks to my father who served in the military, I'm now eligible for incredible member benefits. Call 1-855-800-2102 or visit NavyFederal.org today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Save time and money with the PVC Fence in a Box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $22.60. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Vice President Harris.
They are out of their mind.
Former President Trump.
We have to set the record straight.
Go toe-to-toe in Philly.
The presidential debate.
Listen tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on iHeart's 24/7 News Channel.
Or search debate on the free iHeart Radio app.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
episode is coming up in just a moment. All thing happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can find out more about the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Real quick, before we get into the next episode, I tease this, so let me pay it off for God's sake. The youngins, the young kids out there are really getting into something. It's a bad idea for them. They shouldn't be doing this. That's strange for me to say because I've done it myself. I've absolutely done this. Even not that long ago, but just that's neither here nor there. But right now, the young kids are back to doing nitrous, whippets, whatever you want to call it.
Let's go.
And like so many other things the Utes pick up on, they have said, I see you in the way that you guys did nitrous when you were growing up, and I raise you 5,000. And they got Galaxy gas. They got these, they have these big giant things that you can buy them online. You just go, I think Amazon sells them. You just go online and you can buy these huge things that are all filled up with nitrous oxide, laughing gas. And let me see, I'll put in Amazon, Galaxy gas and S24 Ultra case. They come in these big giant tubes. And people are buying these, young kids in particular.
Why does GasX say buy again for you?
It says overall pick, you jerk. I double checked just in case. And I'm looking at all of these now. Some of them pretend to be whipped cream canisters. This one's called Gotta Bump, where you get some energy, I guess. That's caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
Inhale the caffeine.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of these before, but
no, I think I sent you guys a picture of that or something. There was an ad for that. It's like a little thing of powdered caffeine, and they call it Bump,
and you snort it.
Yeah.
And here's one of the big brands. There's so many of them. 6 cylinders of Galaxy gas. You buy them all at the same time right now.
$250?
$250 on Amazon. Only one person was brave enough to review this. They just gave it 5 stars. They didn't leave like a text review or anything. They reviewed and left. And this is so popular amongst young people right now. Just a ton of young folks who are getting these things and doing this. Bad for your brain, kids.
Oh, yeah.
I've done plenty of this stuff. Really, really bad for you. Strange seeing that I made the same mistake, but I'm telling you, this says, do not inhale these. It's not worth it. 1 star. People are using them for whippets. This is where you vape the gas and it gets you high for about 5 minutes. It's dangerous and kills brain cells. I know that's not the product's intended use, but that's how they're used. Please age restrict these. And somebody said, hey, man, this ain't okay. I love it so much. Yo, hey, man, it's Lil T, man.
Oh, have you seen that video?
No.
It's this young kid, and he's in like a smoke shop or something, and they have a video of him just huffing, and they're like, hey, how do you feel about Galaxy gas? He's like, I'm Little T, man.
Find that video for me. Does he curse in it?
He might.
Oh, damn it, man. Almost worth the risk. I'll try to find it while you do the next episode, or somebody does. Who's doing the next episode?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll find out in a moment. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
But it's just you and me, Mike. We're the only ones here. There's no other ass out there for you to get. Later that day, little known story, I had sex with Mike.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with
me. Yeah. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don, and homeloansradio.com.
That's right. That mortgage guy, Don, he helps you out. He demystifies the mortgage business. That's what you call it, business, right? Mortgage
Yes,
business?
yes,
The mortgage-
yes.
I almost said industry, and I'm like, is it a mortgage industry? He teaches you how to get a house.
Pause to consider that. It's like, should I say industry or business? Just dead air.
Listen, it's a whole hard thing getting a house. There's a whole lot of paperwork that you don't get, but he does, and that's why that mortgage guy Don helps you out. Also, he's a mortgage wholesaler, so he shops at the Costco for mortgages and then passes those savings along to you. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote. That's what the jingle says at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy Don.
I'd like to think that I nailed that.
How'd you remember all
10
the
out of
words?
10.
Great job. Speaking of singing, the new singer for this band,
Linkin Park.
How did you know?
It's the only new singer people are talking about right
That's
now.
fair. She's apologizing after that Danny Masterson business last week.
Oh, yeah.
After it came out that she had done a character letter for him for his court case back in 2020. She said she hasn't spoken to him since then. He turned out to not be the person that she thought he was. And people are still kind of side-eyeing her about the Scientology thing, but that goes hand in hand because the church probably made her write the letter for Danny in the first place.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been the case.
In my opinion.
One thing that I've seen in terms of people talking about this is a lot of people are suggesting, what they should have done was launched as a new band with a new name. And I think that misses a point here. The point is they're trying to cash in on all the brand power, the equity that Linkin Park has.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Are they supposed to explain it like, okay, we have a new name, but we're still going to play all the Linkin Park songs?
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. People would be like, you're stealing from the other band. So they're just rebooting Linkin Park. And if you want a little more of Linkin Park 2.0, go for it. If not, don't listen.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Take
listen
that.
to him or don't. Who cares? No one cares. Donald Trump doesn't care. He's blasting the NFL's new kickoff rule, saying it will destroy the game.
Why is he talking about this?
They did away with kickoff returns, which was apparently his favorite part of the game.
Oh, really?
Because it was so high risk and really injury prone for them to be doing this. He said on Truth Social over the weekend, I can't believe the NFL is effectively getting rid of the always exciting kickoff return. Such an exciting part of football. What are they doing? All caps. Beginning of the end. That's his whole truth. And nothing but the truth.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, he's thanking
help me God.
also thanking Brittany Mahomes for supporting him. And, she's no longer friends with Taylor Swift or however.
I just love how
last week.
Trump weighs in on everything. He could completely do without weighing in on the halftime.
He's
NFL.
important.
He's like, well, if I'm elected president, I'm going to fix the NFL. Going to bring back the kicks. Okay, fine.
I hope so. We say goodbye to an icon after X amount of years. Mr. Greedy, an African penguin at the Maryland Zoo, has passed away at the age of 33.
Mr. Greedy.
Do you know why his name was Mr. Greedy?
Because he keeps all the fish.
That's one guess.
He's a fan of Shark Tank. And he likes the Mr. Wonderful guy. He has a different name. He's Mr. Greedy. That's his gig.
On Penguin Tank, yeah.
Penguin Tank, yes.
No, he is called Mr. Greedy because he fathered more than 200 descendants during his lifetime.
Oh, so he's hogging all the penguin pee.
Holy cow.
Apparently only with one partner, aptly named Mrs. Greedy. So I don't really know how exactly greedy it is. But
yeah, because penguins, they mate for life, right? They have one person, one penguin.
That's what I've heard.
One penguin for life.
How do they do it?
The penguins mating?
Yeah.
Well, first the guy penguin buys the girl penguin a drink.
I don't think it works that way.
Because the penguin bar.
They can't hold on to the other penguin. One problem with their appendages.
All right, I guess I'll just Google penguin sex.
Just watch March of the Penguins when we get done here.
What I'm saying is penguins have the most useless appendages of any animal out there. They cannot fly with them. They barely work to steer them in the water. And they can't grab onto anything. So how do they hunch?
Don't worry about him.
It looks kind of cute.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I know.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
33 years old. He passed away. We mourn the passing of Mr. Greedy.
Rip.
This gal right here. Jennifer Lopez was seen. I can't get
Good
through
jam.
it. Was seen holding hands with Matt Damon in an intimate post-divorce chat over the weekend at the the Toronto Film Festival?
I think so.
Toronto
With Matt
International
Damon?
Film Festival.
Yeah.
Because Matt Damon is part of the production company that is also run by Ben Affleck that produced Jennifer Lopez's movie Unstoppable.
Okay.
Benjamin was not there on account of the divorce. So
And he's happily married. It's not like he's getting with J-Lo. People were sort of taking something else away from this, I think.
Nah, I think it's fine.
Who's he married to?
I just wanted to use the taco burrito.
He's married with a regular lady. Just a regular, not a famous lady.
Rego.
Regular schmegular.
The normie.
On the boob tube tonight, you have American Ninja Warrior season finale on NBC. There's a football game going on. And our beloved Ryan Seacrest is hosting Wheel of Fortune for his very first time tonight, and we should all be very happy and support him. I didn't mean to play both sounds at the same time. But
It works,
okay.
though.
That's fine. And that's your next episode. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
There he goes. Josh, great job.
Thank
great
you.
job today. Like the Taco song is going to be stuck in my head for a while
Good every
now.
time.
Worth it, though.
If J-Lo had a sense of humor, she would come out on stage and do that at least once.
With the hands and everything. When we come back, a female California state senator is in trouble for something she made her male staffer do. This guy's case against this woman is something to behold. So we'll dive into that and see what's happening. We shall behold it, all of us together. Get ready to behold, because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are in Detroit to face the Lions this Sunday. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free Iheart Radio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Some of the roadways are getting wet out there, so just travel with caution. There's slowdowns on the Greenway between County Road 46A and Lake Jessup Bridge. Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents around the area. The off-ramp from I-95 southbound to I-4 westbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident, and authorities are clearing up an accident on I-95 southbound at US 92. Travel with caution through there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at Iheart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is back. November 14th through 17th, the Orange County Convention Center will be filled with hundreds of new vehicles. Get your tickets now and save $2 per ticket at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims, and in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence. You're listening.
I hope you'll join us on the show at some point today. Send us what we call a dispatch. To do that, go to thenewsjunkie.com on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone, and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Emails rolling in. This one is a weird one. So weird email, boys. And it says, please keep me anonymous, except for your team there. it says. The huge team behind this show. That means Dave in security, Weiler Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on board. We got Frank and Jane, who basically run the show around here. There's everybody. There's 415 people on staff on the show. So Anonymous is talking about them. And this is so vague and so strange. I wanted to see if C-Lane knew what the hell this meant. So it says, I don't know how to spell it, so I'll just say it like I hear it on the podcast. Seaplane, that's S-E-A-P-L-A-N-E. No,
okay.
It's C-L-A-N-E, sir.
Correct.
C-Lane, as in Chris Lane. C-Lane, Chris Lane. Chris Lane, C-Lane. You'll never forget it. You helped me with something, Seaplane. With something the ChatGPT 4.0 is doing to me, and I'm cooking with oil again, he says. If you want to email me back privately, I think we have a lot to discuss.
Okay.
Hopefully I have some things to offer you, as well as some things you may not be aware of. My God, it is full of stars. Anonymous. What does that mean? What are they getting at?
I don't know.
What are they talking about?
I think I described some things we've done with ChatGPT recently, like I know we did the thing on the air where we roasted each other's Instagram pages.
Mm-hmm.
I did a thing where I uploaded a manual for a system we have here, like all 200-something pages of it, and I was like, tell me how to take this event and make it only happen between the hours of this, and it's like step-by-step how to do it.
That is so nerdy and so interesting at the same time.
Yeah, you did.
Those are the things that impress me about AI, where I go, wait, hold on. That's a really weird use case, but that is so interesting that it can do that.
I didn't know for the longest time that it was to the level it was, where you could give it files and it could spit back other stuff. So when you told me, we did a T-shirt run recently. I think it might have been Snake, but the one you're wearing, but it might have been a different one. And you forgot to, on one of the colors, put SKUs.
Yeah,
which is how I sort things when we do all the postage and stuff. I sort by SKUs, and then this way you have everything is kind of in line and easy to process.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot retroactively put SKUs on because our system's stupid and weird like that. So I had to send you a PDF, and it was page by page, each individual order and what was on it. And you told ChatGPT to put this all in one Excel spreadsheet, and I was like, damn, that's
crazy.
Good.
It's people think it's still just for getting answers to funny questions. There are legitimate things. This weekend, we were playing around with this tool that I'm going to start using probably every single day.
I've already started using it.
It's insane. There's a new AI tool that works for people who do exactly what we do, and it 100% would replace a job. It's just killing gigs.
Well, don't tell anyone about it.
It's gonna 100% make easier a job that we are already doing.
Yeah,
specifically Sabrina.
Right. Something that was already on the task list made just like that and better.
Can do the next episode.
It's not there yet, but we got to. Right at that point is when we got to put this thing down. Courtney is so scared of ChatGPT. She's like, kill that thing. She goes, it's going too far. It's going too far. I said, no. Look at this service that I just found. It can do this and this and this, and it's going to make my work after the show more easy, and it's going to help us grow, social media presence. And she goes, I don't like it. It's too scary. It's doing too many things. And I said, all right. Thank you. I hear you out.
I like it while it's helping me.
Yeah,
not while it's replacing me.
And what C-Lane's saying, for instance, is if, let's say you bought a new computer and you bought like a Hewlett-Packard computer, and it came with this big, thick book about all the things you need to know about the computer, and it had a PDF of it, you could just upload the PDF to ChatGPT and say, I don't want to read all this crap. Tell me how I change the color of my background. And ChatGPT will read through the whole thing in a millisecond and say, to change your background, do X, Y, and Z. It's crazy, and really, really useful stuff that's happening out there.
So, forward me the email, and maybe we can talk, and whatever with the stars and
Seaplane.
Something's happening. Yeah. Seaplane, something's going on.
I mean, if you're going to make me rich, I'll end up with a seaplane. So
you help me with something the ChatGPT 4.0 is doing to me, and I am cooking with oil. We have a lot to discuss. I have things to offer as well as things that you might not be aware of. My God, it's full of stars.
Very vague, but I'll look into it. I have a quick game for you guys.
Oh, okay.
It's one question, but it's something that I find myself doing, and I go, that's a very specific thing. So the Reddit community, there's a lot of very specific Reddits, and every once in a while, I'll be usually on the toilet, like scrolling through, and I go, that's one I've never heard of before. Without looking it up and cheating, what would you think that the Reddit community called Double Smoked is about?
Double smoked.
Double smoked.
My head is going to somebody gets shot and then they get up to move again and then boom, you double tap them.
It's a guess.
That's very specific.
It's an interesting guess, but that would be a very dark subreddit. There are 7,500 subscribed members of Double Smoked right now.
I'm imagining like smoked meats or sausages or something.
That's one of the smokes.
Okay, there's two. Oh, smoking while smoking meats.
Yes, it's all people's pictures of like I got a rack of St. Louis baby back ribs here and a joint in my hand. I got the
what's it called? I'll pull it up.
Double smoked. I'm starting up some maple on the smoker, and then I got my vape machine here, whatever that is, a volcano maybe.
You see the tagline for the subreddit?
What is it?
Smoke 2 butts in the morning, smoke 2 joints at night.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. So it's all people with their smoking devices next to their cooking devices.
Yeah. and nobody needed that.
No.
But it's fun. And I was like, all right, cool, good for you.
I'm not taking that away from anybody. They're having fun over here. I say good for them.
Good vibes.
Smoking and smoking. All right.
Smoker and toker.
What a world. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Mike emails the show. He says, you are correct in your discussion on grocery profit margins. Oh, boy. People keep screaming about this. Items such as fresh produce, eggs, milk, cheese, and meats fall into this profit margin. However, when you shop at, say, your neighborhood corporations are greedy, and most industries are greedy. And so few people know the difference between profit and net profit. They don't know the difference between profit and total sales. They don't know the difference between the stock price and the percentage profit on the average product sold. They don't know how businesses work, basically. Most people don't learn this stuff. So they just get mad and they believe politicians that say crap to them. That is, in a nutshell, our political landscape right now. It is two groups of people being talked to from two different groups of media outlets and politicians, and those people are lying to the audiences they're speaking to tell them things that they feel in their gut and confirm the things that they believe. Whether or not those things are true does not matter. It's completely gone. Stephen emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sean, listen now for a few years, never emailed or dispatched before. Well, thank you, Stephen, for the email. Catching up on the podcast from last week, we're listening to the Roosevelt's, right? Roosevelt segment about the shirts. Link below is the first one I ever saw and still my favorite, more subtle than their usual shirts, but still unique. Good luck on your fashion journey. Well, I have to tell you, Stephen, I haven't even started yet. I haven't done anything, but Courtney did pick out two dress shirts. You dick. Courtney did pick out 2 dress shirts for me, and I think I'm going to buy them, and I can use them. I went out this weekend for Courtney's birthday. We had lunch with her family, her mom, her dad, and her sister, and we all went out to a place called Enzo's, and I don't have anything to wear when you want to dress up a little bit. I walked in, I saw all the people around me. All of them looked like they were dressed up a little bit. I just don't have it. I got to get to it. Let's get to this story. This is something. This is a time. Here's the headline. State senator forced chief of staff to perform sex acrobatics that left him with back and hip injuries, a lawsuit says. The politician in question is this lady right here. She's a state senator in California. It says, a California state senator forced a former staffer to do sexual favors for her while she was his boss as part of a quid pro quo relationship. If you know what quid pro quo is, it means one for the other. You're trading one thing for the other. That left him riddled with back and hip injuries. I'll tell you how he got those injuries in a second. Senator Alvarado Gills, former chief of staff Chad Condit, slapped her with a lawsuit last week, alleging the lawmaker, a longtime Democrat who recently jumped the ship to the Republican Party, pressured him into performing sex acts on her when they traveled for work. The married aide claims he relented and performed these acts on his boss over the years as part of a sex-based quid pro quo relationship in order to protect his job. So this lady right here was saying to him, do it. You know what you need to do. Go for it. Now to the injury. On their final encounter, Condit alleges, he suffered a debilitating back injury while performing oral sex on the senator in a car, leaving him with 3 herniated discs and a collapsed hip, according to the court papers. This guy was getting in there.
A collapsed hip?
A collapsed hip?
Did the car take a sharp right turn and he
got crumpled?
What move do you know, sir? Will you write a PDF for us so we can follow the directions?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Well, I don't know what kind of tongue tornado you got going on. Or what advanced moves?
I mean, it's not a whole body, task.
No, I didn't think it was. Maybe it is. This guy must be very good at it. The staffer claims he started using his back injury as an excuse to reject her advances, but she retaliated and handed him a disciplinary letter with accusations of inappropriate behavior leveled against him. And now he's upset about all this. They said she was an erratic and controlling boss who sexually dominated and used her authority and power over the aide. We'll see who will win. She says, for her part, it's a disgruntled former employee who fabricated an outlandish story presented without evidence to get a payday.
How would you feel if you were this guy's wife and you found out that with his boss, he puts in so much effort that he has herniated discs and collapses his back or whatever, but at home, just put,
lazy.
Just enough effort,
Whenever I hear that somebody was in a situation like this, I go, well, that's terrible. That shouldn't happen if that was true. Who knows if it's true? But he must be really good at it because...
One would hope. Or, I mean, at least he's trying.
Somebody says, just call Mo. This would be a... what would the song be? Injured on the go, just call Mo? Injured during... I don't know.
No.
It wouldn't work, but we'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Let's get to some of these here. And a lot of people are chiming in on various things that we've talked about today during the show. We got Twink Lettits right
Injured,
here.
blanking blank, call Mo DeWitt.
Hello, everybody. Twink Lettits here. I don't know if I'm for more politics, but I am definitely for more Amy Cauffield calling Sean a jerk. That was enjoyable. And saying she could even slap you, too. She was going to go over there and slap you. Man, who knew that you could get that kind of a rise out of Amy Cauffield? Hate to see her when she's really mad. All right, thank you. Twink Lettits out.
I'm still not sure she's not really mad. I hope she's not. I just went for it in the moment, and I don't know if I should have. Chaos is talking about politics.
What's up, junkies? Happy today.
You too.
Josh, that mane is looking gorgeous.
Thanks, babe.
Brother. Sean, looking great today.
Oh, thank you.
See that dad glow. I see it. Sean, I enjoy my politics, but I don't really go to politics or go to you for politics. I go to like Destiny and not Hassan because that guy's a communist and is a terrible person.
Streamer chat.
Suck it. But otherwise, you guys do pretty good on the show. You guys got the pop culture stuff going on. That's good.
Thank you. Hope to make a career out of it someday.
Let's all pat ourselves on the back. We do pretty good on the show.
Maybe this whole thing will stick. Who knows? Here is Bong Night talking about politics.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm in a poker group that I've been a part of for 20 years, and we had a game the night that Trump got shot. I left and said I ain't going to be a part of the group if politics are being talked about at the table. I haven't been back since, man.
Damn. He just walked out. I was talking about the Wall Street Journal. They said there's a growing movement of people who just want no politics in their lives. They want to completely shut it out. I've always said on the show, I go after the interesting, the funny, the viral, whatever, trying to talk about things that are useful in some way maybe or might make you laugh. But every time anybody has ever come up to me in public and said, I really liked when about the show, no one has ever been like, I really liked when you talked about this political thing. It's always some funny thing. So you got to weigh it out. I try to make sure we got more of the funny on the plate than the just political rant. you got to tackle those things too. And you got to do the hardest thing ever is try to make everybody feel represented and nobody alienated. Because I don't want people who are Trump supporters. I don't think you're a bad person because you're a Trump supporter. I might disagree with you on some things, but I hate that there's other shows where you just get completely made fun of if you have a political viewpoint. Like if you're a Republican, you're a bad person, or if you're a Democrat, if you're a bad person. Everybody's a person at the end of the day. And if you don't know somebody's politics, the interesting thing is you could probably have a beer with them and have fun, and then all of a sudden it goes to politics and, I hate this person. Staying away from them can be good, I think. Dingo's talking about DirecTV.
What up, News Junkie?
Hey.
Good afternoon, Dingo here. Hey, real quick about the DirecTV and the sports and stuff. It's a real big blow that ESPN's no longer available. I forgot that I had an ESPN Plus account that they've been charging me like $100 every year, and I never can seem to figure out how to cancel it. But it's still running, and I was able to catch all the college games, and that's all right. Boo!
Nice. Good for you, buddy. Hey, what was your review on that Tom's Place, Sealand? Other than the TV glitch stuff, was it good?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was a little pricey, but for that area, the food we really liked. Just chicken wings have become so expensive now.
Mm-hmm. They are.
It was just, but we still got them and still enjoyed them.
Yeah, it used to be that was the cheap thing that they almost gave away at a lot of sports bars to get you in the door. And pandemic prices were up, and then since then, I think it's got only worse. And then Courtney and I were talking about this just the other day because we were watching people walk into the wings place around the corner. One time we ordered from there, and we ordered it delivery, which I'm trying to cut down on now because DoorDash is such an absolute ripoff. And I think for the both of us, it was $45 for wings. For two people. That's way too much money.
So me and my friend Tim both got the wings, and it was $16.99 for 8 jumbo wings.
Yeah.
So it's over $2. It's over $2 a wing, or you could double your order for $14 more, and that'll get you just less than $2 a wing.
Yeah, it's just not as cheap as it used to be.
When I was looking through, I picked up one of the wings and I go, okay, guys, this is not a jumbo wing. One of them was not so great. And then my friend Tim across from me, who also had wings, picked up one of his and goes, I got you beat. And so each of us had 7 jumbo wings and 1 pathetic wing.
Well, Courtney was trying to explain to me why they were more expensive. And she said, well, for one, there's only 2 on each bird. And I said, are they actually the wing bones? Isn't where
there technically 4 on each bird?
Because she said that. She was like, I think there are only 2. She goes, wait, hold on. Are there 4? And I said, I don't remember.
Because they split it at the elbow joint.
Mm-hmm. So you have the flat and the drum.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right. She was saying that.
Each bird has 4, but it used to be before whatever bar in Buffalo started, deciding let's not waste these. Let's start frying them up and tossing them in hot sauce and butter. It used to be a throwaway piece of the chicken, which you would probably use to make stocks.
Yeah.
But the food was really good. We very much enjoyed the food.
Let's go over to Ray B. You know what? We'll hold Ray B's dispatch because we have to take a break. All right. When we come back, I want to talk about what the hell's happening with Dave Bautista. There's something going on here. We have to discuss this. We have to analyze. We got jury duty on the way. We got a whole lot more coming up for you on a busy Monday. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Fellas, texters are blowing us up right now. We're getting more texts than we ever have. They're affirming Russ's statement that fried bologna absolutely looks like boobs.
Yes.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are getting wet out there, slowing down traffic and causing commotion on the roadways. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound over St. John's River Bridge there. The left lane is blocked. The off-ramp from I-95 southbound to I-4 westbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident. There's off-ramp back up from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, Orlando, get ready for your real estate journey with Nickley's Believe It or Not. Did you know the Nickley Group sells the most homes in Central Florida? They actually sell one every 9.7 hours. The Nickley Group sells homes twice as fast and for 6% more on average. Yeah, that's approximately $25,000 more for your home. Why? Because the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently. Don't believe me? Google them. They have over 3,000 five-star reviews. Get your own dedicated team of local experts and experience the difference. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, call the Nickley Group. Visit thenickley.com.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, Iheart Media gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, I'm so glad we met them. Since we met them over a year ago, there have been so many listeners that have gone to get their free heart scan and found out they had blockage, and it saved their lives. Also, we found people who found out they had cancer early, and early detection is the key when it comes to cancer and heart disease. They know that at Life Imaging FLA, and you don't have to have a symptom to go get a scan. Get a scan when you can. That's what my sister's telling everybody, because early detection is a game changer when it comes to heart disease and cancer. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. When you pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from Iheart Media. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll probably talk to Judy when you go there. She's wonderful. Life Imaging FLA.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Next weekend at International Diamond Center, you can buy like a dealer buys with extreme values on all GIA certified diamonds. September 20th through the 22nd, it's IDC's annual diamond sale with extra savings on an entire collection of hand-picked, natural, rare diamonds, all shapes and all sizes. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, perfectly cut diamonds, certified by the most prestigious gem lab in the world. Get the best price of the year and take advantage of 36 months zero-interest financing on any purchase. And for this event, you can match that diamond with the perfect ring from Tacori or Veragio. Both world-class designers are flying in their entire collections for this, both bridal and fashion lines. So come join us as we open the IDC Vault and showcase the largest selection of diamonds you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Create the ring of your dreams and get 3 years zero-interest financing. It's September 20th through the 22nd, exclusively at International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, Iheart. Open your free Iheart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
You can unlock secret shows over
Get
on
ready, Joey.
thenewsjunkie.com. Learn more about the uncensored secret shows on thenewsjunkie.com. I hesitate to mention this because I already know the incoming dispatch that we're going to get. But I know there's an Apple event today.
Yeah.
I know we're going to hear all about how Samsung did it first, but there's a new Apple event today, and they're launching the iPhone 16. Finally, I think I might be in for an upgrade, and it's on purpose. I know it is. Lately, my phone has been so slow. It's just been struggling to do half of the tasks that I wanted to do, and it's hanging up from time to time.
Mine's been like that, but I also have the beta software on there. And
Oh, you do?
I think
Okay.
sometimes that it just, it hasn't worked out all its kinks yet.
It's a little buggy still, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mine, I think, is just because my phone is older, my iPhone, and even though it does everything that I want it to, they keep updating the software, and eventually it just doesn't perform as well on the older phones. It's all by design. So I'm sure they're going to announce some stuff today. I saw somebody say, breaking news, the iPhone 16 will have a camera that could take pictures and also a video, reportedly. What's the new thing? Give us the new thing. What's the shocking new thing that you're going to announce? They talk about updates on AirPods. A lot of people use those. Apple Watch 10, Apple Intelligence, which is what they call their AI, and more at this. Glow Time is the name of the event, Glow Time. So I'm guessing something will glow. That will probably be what they're mentioning. I would guess at this point in time, just at the part of the event where they go, we've had 4,000, not 4,000, we've had 400 million downloads of the latest iOS, and we sold 10 million phones each week, and all the stupid stats that they do to pat themselves on the back. But we'll see what they announce if anything fun comes out of it. What the hell is happening with Dave Bautista? That's my name. That's not my name. That's my question.
Hi, Dave. Nice to meet you.
I'm not Dave. I'm Sean. And Dave Bautista is...
Why did you just tell us you were Dave?
Dave is a lot bigger than me. He was, I believe, a WWE wrestler.
Correct.
And tattooed guy, from Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays the dumb one, the dumb, strong one. And Dave Bautista has said some things in interviews that I always find funny. One thing was, he says he was upset because he said, how come I never get films where I'm the romantic interest, where I'm like the sexy romantic interest guy? And anyone want to tell Dave he's not as hot as the other dudes? Everybody have a conversation with Dave about this. But something's going on with him. This is what he generally looked like for everybody who's watching on YouTube and Twitch. For everybody else, he's ripped. He's a big dude. And this is what he looks like at the movie premieres these days.
Whoa.
And
where does muscles go?
His muscles seem to be gone. He's very slim.
He looks like he's got boobs.
He looks like a woman. He has pearl necklaces on, which is the lamest trend in men's fashion I've ever seen in my life. Wearing several pearl necklaces. I just don't think you're pulling it off. But he's more fancy and dressed than I am, so I still got some catching up to do. He looks like a different person. Look at the before and after here. I'll put this up on See It Now. Before, big, ripped, manly Dave Bautista. Now he looks like he's going to tell you about some indie movie that you just have to see. You just got to see it.
Got a 22-minute standing ovation at Cannes.
Yeah, I think Hollywood has gobbled him up. This is what happens to you. And Dave Bautista just looks very different. I'm going to put this up on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com. When we talk about something visual, I know most of you are listening live on a radio, but we want to make sure that we can break down that barrier. And you can always watch our live stream. That's fairly easy to do. Just go over to YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. The News Junkie on both those platforms will get you to where our live stream is, or you can simply go to thenewsjunkie.com/live. That's very easy. But when we have something like this that's visual and we're saying Dave Bautista looks different, well, we want to share that with you as well. And right now, as I was stalling, I just posted that on See It Now.
Nice.
Check it out over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let me just make sure I spelled his name right. Nailed it, grilled it. Okay, we're going to go over to some of your dispatches here momentarily to get your input in on the show. Here we go. Green Panda is talking about prices.
Hey, Sean. Just hearing you chime in about the grocery prices, cost of food and whatnot. Nothing I can say to you. Wrong. See ya. Still love you.
Wrong. It doesn't matter what the truth is anymore. And I find that frustrating. I find it so frustrating that nobody cares. They just want to find the person that they think seems the smartest defending the thing that they, in their gut, believe. Nobody wants to be challenged, any of this stuff. We're going to work in a dispatch now from Ray, who's talking about Kendrick. I talked about Ray earlier, and I didn't play it. Here it is.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey,
Sean,
Ray.
I couldn't agree with you more. Last year, we had to suffer through that garbage performance by Nelly. Now, this year, we're going to have to sit through another boring garbage performance by whoever it is.
I didn't hate Nelly.
Kendrick Lamar. I don't even know any of his songs. And when I do hear them, they're crap. And I think this is going to keep happening as long as Jay-Z and his company are in charge of the halftime show. We're going to be stuck with this hip-hop and rap stuff that a lot of people don't know, a lot of people don't care about, and certainly the people that pay to go see the Super Bowl don't care about. So I totally agree with you on this one, and that's not normal because I don't usually agree with you, but I'm with you on this one, bud.
Thank you, Ray.
Talk to you later. Bye.
I don't know if it's been all rappers since Jay-Z has been booking these artists for the Super Bowl halftime show.
By the way, last year was Usher, not Nelly.
Was it? Okay.
I was like,
and Usher was good.
I was like, Nelly? That definitely doesn't seem like Nelly.
Yeah, we all don't know why he would be relevant enough to have done it last year. Usher did it, and I thought he was decent. He's got enough big songs, got enough upbeat songs. And I think Jay-Z is picking people like Kendrick Lamar is incredibly relevant. Very, very relevant.
Yeah.
Especially with anybody under the age of 35 or so. They know who Kendrick Lamar is. They're going to know all the songs. They might be more excited. If the NFL wants to bring in a younger demographic, then Kendrick Lamar is a good choice simply for that. But when I hear that somebody's performing at the Super Bowl, I think about their catalog of music and I think about the songs that they might play. And when the songs aren't upbeat enough, it turns into the Weeknd's performance. And I didn't think that was very good. It wasn't that he wasn't talented. It wasn't that the songs weren't good. It just was, it wasn't intense enough for a Super Bowl performance. You want Aerosmith to come out and play Dream On as fireworks are going off in the background and there's a drone show where robots are fighting each other. That's the Super Bowl, baby. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. But I don't know. I don't think you see it with some of these people. And we'll see what you think. We'll get to more of your comments. I love when you send in these dispatches. Keep doing that. And when we come back in jury duty, the Georgia school shooter, the loser that shot and killed 2 teachers and 2 kids, injured many other at this school in Georgia. More alarming details coming out about what went wrong here. And it turns out a lot went wrong. What is the latest bombshell that's dropped in this case? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the Iheart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Jim Harbaugh won his Charger debut over the Raiders in very Harbaugh-like fashion. Not pretty. Justin Herbert struggled, but they won it by running the ball and playing stout defense and being physical. If you want stats and flair with this Chargers team, you're going to be disappointed. Harbaugh doesn't care about what it looks like. He cares about wins, and these are your new Chargers, 1-0. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Mercedes-Benz has an SUV for you, whether it's the stylish GLC, the compact GLA, the 3-row GLS, or the GLE and GLC plug-in hybrids. Visit MBUSA.com for special offers.
Get ready for fall road trips with Pep Boys. Shop and save on newly reduced prices on hundreds of tires. Save up to $420 instantly on select Cooper tires. That's up to $300 in savings with buy 3, get the 4th free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy 3, get the 4th free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of one tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit petboys.com for details.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Go all the way and save. It's the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score new Nissans from 18.9 with no payments till 2025 and 0% interest. Touchdown at Sutherland Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty.
VIN number RL897631. MSRP $20,050. Plus tax and fees with approved credit.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about Champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising.
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in, or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, we want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay
frankgayservices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the News Junkie, Sean Wasson.
YouTube.com/The News Junkie. You'll be getting clips each day, highlights from the show. It's free dollars and free cents. Check it out, youtube.com/The News Junkie. A lot of people were jumping on Taylor Swift for her weekend. Her weekend activities were a little too much for people. I don't know why people get so triggered by this stuff. She was partying in New York City. She's enjoying herself. She's going to the U.S. Open. She's hanging out with her boyfriend. He's dressing like a dork. All these things are happening, right? And one thing that people started to crap on her for was they said she was being absolutely extra at the U.S. Open. Did you guys see this at all? Did you see any of this?
No.
Okay. She's in a VIP celebrity booth, and she's hanging out with the Travis Kelce guy, her boyfriend, and she's singing along to a song. And people started saying, oh, God, imagine being near her. Imagine being around her. This is so ridiculous. It's so over the top. She's being so extra right now. And I looked at those takes, and I thought, okay, maybe these people are right. She is being a little bit extra in the way she's reacting here. Then I turned on the audio, and I said, are you kidding me? This is a song that demands extra. This is a song that you put it on the playlist, and if you don't move around and sing this song, you don't have blood pumping through your veins.
Ooh, are we guessing this one?
What song was it that was playing at the U.S. Open that Taylor Swift started dancing to?
I don't know. For a while, there was no way in which I could hear "Hey Ya" and not, start clapping along, start singing. What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
Oh, it's
I
good.
can't hear you.
That's not it, but that's a good one. Josh, any guesses on your side?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Very good guess. Very good guess. I put this right up there. Let's see if we can hear it. Oh, it's hard to hear. She's way in the darkness. She's air guitaring. I believe in a thing called love.
So the person below Taylor can do it.
She's doing Frank the Tank.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you don't move to that song, you ain't alive, man. That is a song that, after all these years, absolutely deserves that reaction. I don't think she was being extra. I think it's fine to respond to that. The guy, I think I'm getting this right. I hope I'm not screwing this up, as always. The guy who is the lead singer for The Darkness is now a YouTuber who does some music reviews and just various other videos.
You are correct. He does really interesting videos, too.
Yeah, and people really like it. Like, his YouTube channel has exploded in popularity, and he keeps putting out content based on all sorts of stuff, but a lot of it in the music world. And yes, sing along to I Believe in a Thing Called Love, okay? Can I say, though, what? I know this is not going to go over well for me. What does she see in this guy? Oh. What does she see in the Kelce guy? Even Courtney was like, oh, yeah, he's good looking. This is one of those guys where I look at it and go, look at this dumb mustache he's got. And he's wearing a stupid bucket hat.
Hey, that's Gucci, man.
I don't care if it's Gucci or not. He looks like a dummy. It's but it's working for him. Clearly, it's working for him. I don't know why I'm even bothering to yell at him or in his direction. I defend them both. Do whatever you want out there. Have fun, Taylor Swift. Good God. Okay,
Justin Hawkins Rides Again is the YouTube channel. Yeah.
All right. How many subscribers does he have? Because
as of August of this year, channel has surpassed 500,000 subscribers.
Okay, yeah, it's growing fast. It was nowhere, and then all of a sudden it was everywhere. Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass.
Jury Duty with the News Junkie.
Jury Duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Injured in the thing that C-Line said earlier? Just call Mo.
Quid pro quo, just call Mo.
Quid pro quo, just call Mo.
I saw some other, a lot of them that I can't read, but I saw some other ideas on what would be the Mo tagline for an injury such as we discussed earlier with the state senator.
Yeah, the woman who this guy said she was forcing him because she was his boss. She's a politician, like a state senator in California, and she was forcing him to do sexual gymnastics for her, is one way they referred to it. And they said that he was, during an oral sex session in the car, he pulled some stuff on his back. And what was the other thing he pulled? Was it
his hip collapsed.
His hip collapsed.
I don't know how that happens.
What were the other suggestions? Can we say them or no?
No, I'd have to scroll back.
Probably shouldn't do that anyways.
Bad fellatio, just call Mo.
Let's leave that alone. But if you get into an accident and you need an attorney, that's the way you need to go. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. To the Manhunt in Kentucky in just a moment. First, even more shocking bombshells out of Georgia, where this school, Appalachia High School, was shot up by some 14-year-old loser. We learn more and more about what happened in this house. We learned from the grandfather of this kid that his own son, he says, the father of the shooter, is a terrible, terrible human being, he said, and would just badger this kid all the time. I think he may have been at odds even more with his father, who wanted him to be this hunter, wanted him to go out and shoot things, kept giving him guns. There's a video of his father celebrating when his son shot the first deer on Twitter that I saw this weekend. And you could tell he wanted his son to be this hunter, and his son is gay. And I don't say that as an insult. I'm saying his son was struggling with, he came out in high school and said, I'm gay. And he also said that he was getting a bunch of heat for that. I don't know whether some of it was coming from home or not. None of this justifies anything he did, but the upbringing for this kid was terrible. You can see it from a mile away. I said almost always, I would say 85% of the time or more, almost always, it is a broken home with parents who don't give a damn. You see a young kid committing crimes, almost always, I can ride the line back to the house and you'll see parents who don't give a damn. Parents who can't spell the word giraffe. Parents who are just absolutely inept at parenting, which is a very, very key and important thing. And in this case, it looks like that's what was happening back at the house. But the mother of this dumb shooter kid is saying that she notified the school counselor about 30 minutes before this happened. She says, I was the one that notified the school counselor at the high school. She texted this to her sister. I told them it was an extreme emergency for them to go immediately and find my son and check on him. I am so, so sorry and cannot fathom the pain and suffering they are going through right now, she said to the victims. Students said an administrator entered the math class following the alert, but he was not there. He had left to go get the gun. The administrator reportedly asked about a student with a similar name and took that student's backpack into the room. Okay, I'm going to do this without saying the student's name. But let's say the student's name was Dave Black. There were two people with very similar names at this school. And so they thought the other kid was the problematic student. And they took his backpack and they were searching it and they were asking him, but he wasn't the one. And then after that, the shooter walked into the classroom and opened fire, killing two 14-year-old students, Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angulo, as well as teachers Richard Aspinwall, 39, and Christina Irimi, 53 years old. Police responded within minutes. He surrendered without incident, which is incredibly rare. Incredibly rare.
To have the shooter still alive? Yeah.
Yeah, and surrender. It does not happen in most of these cases. Usually there's a shootout and the shooter dies, or there's a shootout and the shooter survives but has to go get medical treatment because they've been hit. Various things happen, but it's super rare that they just give up and actually face any charges. Normally, they just end it right there. It's part of the plan for them. And the manhunt for this madman in Kentucky, the I-75 shooter, has entered its third day. This could have been way worse. This nut job shot 12 vehicles and wounded 5 people. He was just on the side of a hill near the interstate, in this small city of about 8,000 people, and he starts just rattling off gunshots at random cars going by. They located his SUV. They located the weapon. They think he's now hiding in the woods, and they're looking to find him as fast as they can. That's the I-75 shooter. Real quick, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from you, number one, and we're going to hear the details about Firefest 2. It's actually happening.
Yes.
I don't know why this is allowed to be a thing. It's an insanely stupid idea. If you spend money on this and you are surprised when it turns into people fighting dogs for crappy lunches, then you deserve to lose the money. But we at least should learn together what's supposed to happen for Fire Festival 2, and we'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Take us with you anywhere. Yep, even there. Follow Real Radio 104.1 on the free Iheart Radio app. Just please wash your hands when you're done.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution. Traffic is slowing down on some of the major roadways and bridges due to weather. The roadways are wet out there. There's slowdowns on I-4, the express lanes due to an accident eastbound near State Road 434. There's an accident on the eastbound and westbound lanes of I-4 near St. John's River Bridge, causing delays, so travel with caution through there as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Did you know that mortgage guy Don offers HELOCs and home equity lines of credit? This is a way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2%, 3%, or 4% rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out for home improvements, debt consolidation, weddings, back taxes, etc. And unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy Don has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the book, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
It's time to gather the family, including the dog, and join the Jim Colbert Show for the second annual Suds, Pups, and Pints, a celebrity dog wash brought to you by Klausman Law. Join us at Sunset Park Saturday, September 21st in Mount Dora. Yeah, this event may be for dogs, but we have something for everyone with plenty of family fun and live entertainment. A silent auction and a not-so-silent auction may determine which member of the Jim Colbert Show gets to wash your dog. Plus, Pawfection Dog Training will be there to answer our dog-related questions. This unique and free family-friendly event is from 3 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, September 21st. Get more info at realradio.fm/dogwash and see you at Sunset Park in Mount Dora.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Andersen's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Andersen. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. You won't be disappointed. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free Iheart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
NewsJunkie.com with your rants, your responses, your stuff you want us to talk about. If you want to be anonymous, just put that right at the top of the email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I want to get your thoughts on this, specifically you, C-Lane, and you, Josh.
Yes.
Late night TV. Do you watch anything on late night television at all? And if so, what, C-Lane, have you been tuning into?
My wife and I still watch SNL when it is in season. Usually, that's like a Sunday thing for us, once it hits Hulu, or maybe the following Monday or Tuesday. I DVR Fallon, but I don't remember the last time I've tried to catch up with it. Maybe I'll go after Ashley goes to bed. I'll flip through and see if there's any interesting guests that I want to see. But for the most part, it's just there if I need something.
Right.
But I don't it's not appointment watching for me.
For a lot of people, I don't think. Josh, do you watch any late night TV?
Nope. The only times I catch any of it is in clips on TikTok or Instagram after the fact.
I think it's kind of dead now. Honestly, this show has now been on The Daily Show twice, I believe. And each time, the first time, nobody even saw it, I don't think. I think I got one email the first time. The Daily Show used to get 3 or 4 million viewers a night, 5 million on some nights. Now it gets about 600,000, 700,000 maybe, if they're lucky. If it's a Jon Stewart night, it might get more.
I wonder how the ratings are doing having Jon Stewart one day a week, and if it's a huge difference.
He's just so much better than all of the other hosts, all the other people who try to do that show. I've always liked Jon Stewart. I think Jon Stewart, even if you disagree with him politically, is an honest dude coming from an honest space, and he's very much able to make fun of people he politically aligns with and take shots at his own side. I dig that. I like when people can do that. I think you should appreciate that. I don't agree with him on everything, but I think when he was hosting that show, it was enormous, and there would have been a deluge of emails from you guys if we were on the Daily Show then. The second time, I think it was 2, maybe 3 people who emailed after they put a clip of the show on the Daily Show, but still pretty small, relatively speaking. And the audiences have just fallen so much for this stuff. And NBC has announced now that they're scaling back the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
No.
So they're going
I'll come
to
back,
do.
I promise.
They're going to do 4 episodes a week now, just like Jimmy Kimmel Live, the late night show with Stephen Colbert, and the Daily Show. They do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they do reruns on Friday nights. They just stopped doing 5 nights a week.
Well, didn't they used to only work 4 days a week, but they would just do 2 shows on Thursday and then have a nice 3-day weekend? I thought so.
I guess on the stuff that's not, it doesn't matter if you're up to date or not. Like Jimmy Fallon, if he records a show, nobody's going to really know. It would make sense that you could do that. But it just seems like that's fading from relevance, where it used to be even when I was young, right? And the heyday of late night TV was far before me. It was in the 80s and the late 70s, maybe, and everybody was tuning in to a couple of programs. And then there was lots of options, including some terrible ones. Love you, Carson Daly, but I'm looking at you, friend. Your late night show.
Last call.
Real bad. But now it's just gone. It just doesn't have that impact. I don't think people care as much. And you could say, well, the audience is over on YouTube. Sure. Something like Jimmy Fallon's show has a bunch of YouTube subscribers and the videos get a decent amount of views every single month. Sure, I'll grant you that. But it used to be that you would go talk to your friends and you would have conversations about what happened on those shows the night before. I have not heard anybody mention anything that happened on any of those shows in an insanely long time. It's not in the zeitgeist. It's not on the various websites that I use to show prep for this show, which is hundreds of websites every single day. It's not trending on social media platforms generally. It's just not as big of a thing anymore. And the reason for that is probably there's too much content now. And I don't want to stay up to watch one of those shows live. There's plenty of other things I can do with my time. And I think people are just doing that. They're doing different things now, going to different places. Billy McFarland has revealed the date and location for Fire Festival 2.
Let's go.
Question.
And this sounds like a bad idea.
Can you have Fire Festival 2 if you didn't really, I know people went there. I know that Billy was there. I know a lot of but did you really pull off one enough that we can call it 2?
I don't think so. I think you're right about that. Nothing happened. Nobody performed as far as I know. Billy McFarland, the founder of the original 2017 music festival that was shrouded in controversy, sat down for an interview on NBC that will air tonight. And they said, Fire Festival 2 is happening April 25th, 2025. We're 7.5 months away. It's going to be on a private island off the coast of Mexico in the Caribbean.
Heard that before.
They have they have an incredible production company who's handling everything from soup to nuts. The festival will run 3 days until April 28th, 2025. He couldn't confirm the name of the island, but he said there will be lodging, eateries, and restrooms. And they didn't announce any of the performers just yet, but they're saying it is happening. And if you spend your money on that, you deserve for that money to disappear, because you know what's happening.
Who even wants to work with this guy?
I don't know, but I can imagine all the YouTubers are going to go, I went to Firefest 2, and here's my experience. Oh, yeah. The Firefest 2 YouTuber videos, there'll be a round of those next year in early May.
It should be like the camping and Survivor people who like take everything they need for lodging with them.
Right.
Like those channels.
You got to have your own food, your own everything, because last time they tried this, it did not go well. It's happening. I don't know if you guys are going to be watching this, but it's going down. The presidential debate, Kamala Harris and Trump. It may be the only one. It could be the only presidential debate that the two of them face off in. Trump wiped out his opponent in the last debate, literally knocked him off the ticket, made him step down, then brought up Kamala and said, let's see how you could do here. I'm super interested in seeing how the dynamic works between Kamala Harris and former President Trump. I'm hoping for some sparks to fly. I'm hoping to learn a little bit more about what Kamala says she's going to do if she is elected, because there's a 50% chance that could happen. And if somebody's going to be my president, I want to know what their policies are. Kamala Harris has done only one interview, as far as I could tell, and she had her vice presidential candidate alongside her for it. She has not done any press conferences that I am aware of. She's only asked a question or two. I know they just released some of her policy standpoints or points of view on her website over the weekend, but even those seem to be pretty vague to me, and many of them differ from things she said in the past. So I always want to know, are you really different, or are you just positioning yourself as different so you can win over the normies and the non-affiliated people, the independents in this country, and then do something more radical when you take office? I have a lot of questions, and I'm interested in seeing what happens for this 90 minutes on ABC at 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, boy.
Before we get to your dispatches, because I got them right here and they are ready to go, I'm so pissed off that they're going to take this away from us. I know we mentioned this before, but it's come back up that this 9-hour Prince documentary is probably just going to be trashed, and no one will see this.
What's the big debate? Like, it's too long, they're not breaking it into pieces.
That was one thing, and then I think the family was not happy maybe with this. I would watch 9 hours of a Prince documentary. I would watch that series. Prince is interesting, and honestly, I don't think people know that much about Prince. You know a couple of songs. You know, he's a short dude who rocked on the guitar. Most people don't even know how good of a guitar player he is. Prince, for those of you who don't know, was an amazing guitar
Incredible.
player.
I've said it before. If you don't know, watch that. While My Guitar Gently Weeps at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I watch
Tom
it
Petty
every couple months.
He's so good, or he was so good. And I want to know more about his life and what he was up to. But they're thinking about just completely canning that thing in a new story. Freewheel, the new story about what they're doing with this. Freewheel on YouTube says, Sean, even though she's only done one, your buddy Trump has done lots and has lied and has not even answered questions. At least tell both sides. I don't think I need to say that. I don't think this seems to do anything here. Trump has done a lot of interviews. Everybody knows where Trump stands. I don't think many people are questioning that. You probably, if you're not a fan, don't like where he stands or hate him even. But I don't think there's many questions. Like people go, we don't know what Trump's really going to do on the border issue. What, are you kidding me? He's saying, get him out of here. He's literally telling you, like, he's going to round people up. He wants this crisis at the border to be remedied. So people want him to do this. And it's not a question as to what he's saying he's going to do or what he would do in office. He's done a million interviews. Does he lie in all of them? Yes. Is that unique for a politician? No, not really. But it is unique, everything that surrounds Kamala Harris's candidacy. And I think people deserve to hear more. I think they deserve to see the candidates under pressure and not just some super controlled thing by Oz behind the curtain. I personally, I don't like that. Maybe you do. Maybe you want him to do it that way. Let's go over to you. Rux has a dispatch for us from thenewsjunkie.com about the person who dispatched about Kendrick Lamar not being good for the Super Bowl. And he said that Nelly sucked last year. Nelly was shocked by this news. Absolutely shocked by this news, considering he did not perform. But here's Rux talking about that.
Hey, junkies, what's going on?
Hey.
This is to the last guy who dispatched in, who was with that closet type racism where he kind of hide what he really wants to say. Like saying that basically hip hop doesn't belong at the Super Bowl and that it should only be for the people who actually go to those games, which would insinuate that white people go to the games, and so that's why hip hop shouldn't be there. Well, Sean, you are correct. Hip hop should be there, and Kendrick Lamar is very relevant. But on top of that, not only white people go to football games, and not only black people listen to hip hop or rap music. Just be a man about what you want to say next time. Don't be a coward.
You know what? You're wrong. Only black people listen to rap music. I checked. I tried to listen to a rap song the other day as a white guy.
You are white. Error, error, error.
It shut down.
They wouldn't let you, huh?
It played Bop for me, and I was forced to. Stevie Ray Vaughan songs came on. That's what I was made to hear. I don't know if that guy was being racist, but I get your point. My point is not anything to do with genre. I think any genre. I shouldn't say that. I think any upbeat genre could do well for a halftime performance during the Super Bowl. But in my estimation, and in my opinion, I think the best performances are upbeat songs and exciting party vibes. And personally, I haven't heard too many Kendrick Lamar songs that foot that bill. I just haven't heard that. I don't know that it's a good fit. But maybe maybe he rocks. Maybe he's really good. Maybe he brings out a whole bunch of people with him. And the guy obviously knows how to put on a show. He's good at that.
Also, I think for the last couple of years, when we've heard who is going to be the Super Bowl halftime performer, you have made the argument over and over that the halftime show selection is not necessarily for football fans. It's to bring in viewers that aren't the football fans, that don't care about the game.
Yeah, I think that's happened a lot of times with this, and they'll go, "Oh, nobody likes this band?" And
Rihanna.
They're targeting a demographic. A lot of times, that demographic is gasp women. There's not as many women that watch football as there is men, and they could get even bigger numbers if they could get more women on board. And if they have a performer at the Super Bowl that women are into, like a Rihanna, who was good, as I recall, her Super Bowl performance, I think was pretty good. Then they'll bring in that audience. Everything is targeted to demographics. If you learn this in your life, you'll learn that some things land in the "that's not for me" category. I have learned this. I look at a trailer for a movie, or I hear a song, and I go, "That's not for me. That thing was not created for me. It's not targeting me, and I'm not going to dig it, so I'll just leave it there." But some other people are going to see it and go, "That's very cool." Now, if you want to have something be the tops at the box office, it can't be some weirdo esoteric thing like the gay musical Dicks that came out not that long ago. You're not targeting enough people to bring in a big enough audience to also get first place.
This is a musical about a bunch of people named Richard.
Yes. Just for the record, that's what it was. And I remember, it wasn't that one, though, where the guy said it was because America's homophobic. It was the buddy comedy that was about gay dudes. Bros. It was Bros. And you made a gay buddy comedy. The demographic audience that you're targeting got too small. And there's some people who just don't care about seeing that. It's not of interest to them. And if you want to win big, look at Deadpool and Wolverine. You can do things that offend people, offend religious people.
Arguably also a gay buddy comedy.
You could argue it's a gay buddy comedy. You could say that the jokes in it are very racy and controversial. You could say that it's a hard R movie, not in terms of the N-word, but the rating from the MPAA. You could say that there's a lot of things about this that you would think maybe would be bad. But no, it's targeting its demographic perfectly. The demographic for something like that is generally just people under the age of 60. And anybody who might like a funny movie with some action and some laughs in it. That's what you're looking for, or looking at. Here's I Love White Girls with the Dispatch.
Hey guys, just started listening, just made this account so I could say this about the Kendrick Lamar. I'm glad Kendrick is performing at the Super Bowl. Besides like Aerosmith, Metallica, AC/DC, we need new stuff. We need fresh stuff. Like it's cool to see the older rock bands, but it's like, bro, they old and dusty and crusty right now. We need original. We need new stuff. And I'm just glad to see it. And I hate to hear us my 2 cents. And y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And, sir, I'm going to give you the gold star. I like your dispatch. I thought that was good. And, okay, I did. And I'm also going to give you a month of audio and video secret shows. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. I Love White Girls. We got a couple more to work in here. Here's Sir Weeps.
When you talk about profits for grocery stores or corporations, does that include C-suite compensation? Because that might be categorized as expenses and not show the true profit of these grocery store chains.
No, I'm talking about in grocery stores in particular, profit per item, which is about 1% to 2% for most grocery stores. So that means if you look at the can of beans on the counter, the markup is not super big on that. They're running on really thin margins. But somebody will look at
which is crazy because the can of beans is like cheap.
Right. It probably could be more expensive. Some of the other items have a little bit higher, but I'm talking about the average profit margin at a grocery store is very, very low. And I've seen a bunch of people who get so triggered by my take on this, and they'll say, look at the profit that Walmart had in 2023. It's huge profit, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. And that profit is not because they're making a bunch of profit on every single item they sell. It's because despite the fact that Walmart runs on razor thin margins, they sell so much stuff at those razor thin margins that they still sell tens of billions of dollars in goods and make tens of billions of dollars in profit.
That's why it's hard to have a mom and pop.
Yeah, they worked them all out of existence. And I just think what happens when you start talking about price controls and these various things, it's super sexy to hear a politician go, the greedy corporations that go after them. And some of them are greedy, but the ones that people are going after are not the most greedy of them. Go after your fast food spots like a McDonald's or a Chipotle. Chipotle is really big in terms of their profit margins. And I see some of these dude bros on Twitter who are screeching about this whilst they place an order on DoorDash for their Chipotle delivery to get a $24 burrito. And I think it's stupid, but no one's being super rational on this. Last one. Here's okay. Hold on. We'll save this. We'll save that for when we come back. I want to get into that. This dispatch, which is an interesting one that'll start a conversation, and the first robot leg with muscles. We've got to discuss that. The robot uprising continues out there. What the hell is happening with this Venezuelan gang in Denver? There is some information on that, and your dispatches. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic is slowing down on some of the major roadways and bridges. Just travel with caution. The roadways are wet out there. There's accidents on I-4 eastbound and westbound approaching St. John's River Bridge. Watch out for that one. And on the express lanes of I-4, authorities are clearing up an accident eastbound near State Road 434. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our Iheart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Stream only on Hulu.
Get tickets while you still can now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your Iheart Radio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
Guys, it's time to deploy the secret weapon. What's that? It's Blue Chew. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And it's a unique online service. They deliver the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable. It's a fraction of the cost. And wait until you hear the deal I'm going to hook you up with here. The thing about Blue Chew that's fantastic is it's an online prescription service, so you don't have to go to the doctor and have an awkward conversation. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. It comes right to your door in a discreet package, and you're off to the races. This is something you should be using to take your B game and bring it up to an A game. And that is what you need to do today. There's a special deal for you right now. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code the letters TNJ to receive your first month free. Check out Blue Chew now.
Hey, everybody. This is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising.
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in, or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, Iheart. Open your free Iheart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TBC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
It's the political heavyweight event.
We like a good fight.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump.
Here, we're going to have some fun, right?
Lace their purple gloves and go for the knockout punch.
You know, when you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
Which candidate will deliver?
I look forward to that debate.
Listen tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on iHeart's 24/7 News channel or search debate on the free iHeart Radio app.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
NewsJunkie.com. There, you can join us with your opinions, your thoughts, whatever you got on your mind with a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I've seen people fighting about this story everywhere. Is it true that a Venezuelan gang has taken over some apartment building in Colorado? Everybody's yelling at each other. Oh, it's not true. People said it was true. All these politicians were coming out and saying it's not true. And I couldn't figure out what was what until now, because we have the actual report that was done about this. And the report is pretty enlightening, I think. Here it is. It was from a law firm that they paid to look into this, Perkins Coie. And the actual thing from this law firm says...
Wait. They paid a law firm to look into whether or not a gang had taken over an apartment building? You can't just drive by and go, hello, yeah. Any gangs here?
It seems like you could, but they paid a law firm to do this. And they said, after conducting multiple witness interviews and reviewing video and other evidence, it appears a Venezuelan criminal gang known as Tren de Aragua has forcefully taken over the property. The evidence we have reviewed indicates that gang members are engaging in flagrant trespass violations, assaults and battery, human trafficking and sexual abuse of minors, unlawful firearms possession, extortion, and other criminal activities, often targeting vulnerable Venezuelan and other immigrant populations. So now the law firm that looked into this said to the chief, like, we're writing to request your timely assistance in stopping the ongoing crimes and exploitation of vulnerable immigrants. This is insane to me that something like this could happen in America. It's insane to think that there's so many illegal immigrants in this area of Aurora, Colorado, that they took over an apartment building. There was video of them running around with guns and stuff. And then politicians, because they didn't want to get into the immigration debate, were like, no. And they were hand-waving this. Like, don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. They said the criminal gang known as Tren de Aragua took over a group of apartments in Aurora, Colorado, including Whispering Pines. As you likely know, Tren de Aragua is described as Venezuela's most expansive criminal organization with over 5,000 members and a history of extreme violence. Great. We sure want this in the United States of America.
Also, I did not, in fact, know that. This, as you likely know, which was all supposed to just know Tren de Aragua.
I wasn't familiar with it before this story either. It says the gang's modus operandi, that means the operation plan for the gang, appears to be unlawfully moving gang members as well as vulnerable immigrant families into vacant units. The gang also forces rent-paying residents out to create more open units and uses the apartments for purposes of illegal activities such as prostitution. And there were literal politicians that were saying, no, nothing to worry about here. There's not a problem. We don't have anything going on here. I saw people on Twitter doing this too. Like, yeah, there's nothing going on here. You're hand-waving because you don't want to talk about illegal immigration. The worst of worst behaviors from these gangs that took over an apartment building. In addition, the gang attempted to use threats of violence to extort the property manager into paying it some 50% of all rental income. The gang, which operates in the open and uses firearms to patrol their property, has intimidated staff, stabbed at least one vulnerable immigrant in the apartments because of non-payment, and otherwise terrorized the community. We understand the Aurora Police Department is at least generally aware of these developments. So why haven't they done anything? That's insanity to me. These people are paid by your tax dollars and like, hey, that's thorny. That's a thorny issue. We don't want to get into that. The city and APD are aware of criminal activity at properties where there is a high concentration of residents who are Venezuelan migrants. Investigating these is a priority for the safety, blah, blah, blah. And then they just get into like what happened at this Whispering Pines place. But I thought it was so crazy that you had first the stories with the video of these guys with guns and whatnot, and then all the politicians that were backing this up. And this is a full-on 10-page report saying that, no, it's not fake like these losers were saying. It's absolutely real. A gang of Venezuelan immigrants in this country illegally have taken over a building or more than one building and are operating like they might in some third world country. That's bad. That's a bad thing. And there's still talk of, hey, what's really happening here? Here's one of the Scripps News reports.
Dan Grossman is looking into this story for us. Dan, what have you learned? Marisa, police here in Aurora, Colorado tell us they do not believe that there is any gang takeover here at the Lowry Apartments, the Edgett Lowry Apartments, which are right behind me, as some on
I'll get out of there, buddy. I wouldn't be in this neighborhood.
Have purported. Now, this all deals with Tren de Aragua. They are a well-known and powerful criminal organization from Venezuela. And this week, we heard for the first time residents who live in these apartments.
This video showing men entering an apartment in Aurora, Colorado has been the subject of national scrutiny.
How is this
We're
America?
using a still of the video that shows the men who appear to be armed at the door to an occupied apartment. An Aurora police spokesperson tells Scripps News the video is authentic and was recorded the night of August 18th. Shortly after, police say they used a search warrant to obtain the long gun seen in the video. Police say they found it while investigating a nearby shooting that detectives believe involved the same people.
Awesome. Let's get all of these people out of this country. Let's get them out of here, please. If you're a criminal gang member who wants to take law-abiding people who, most of them at least, are in this country and paying bills and doing all that stuff, and you want to take over and have a gang run it like we're some city in Mexico or Venezuela or various places where you might see this stuff happen, to hell with those people. And people are saying, why is the law firm doing this? I don't even know why they got involved to begin with, but they were asked to do it. It says a Denver law firm hired to look into an alleged gang takeover says they found this gang took over the apartments in late 2023. It's been going on that long. Since then, they've engaged in all sorts of violent threats, et cetera, et cetera. The firm says it represents the lender for Whispering Pines Apartments. So some of the law enforcement people were trying to say this doesn't happen, and the people behind this apartment building want some action taken, and they have an entire report talking about what truly was going on at this place. Unbelievable. Do something about it. Fix it. That's ridiculous that this is happening.
They brought the landlord up on charges. And then they've agreed to drop them all because I think he agreed to sell the building.
Yeah, they wanted the guy to sell the building. I know that. And the defense was that this guy was a slumlord. Well, maybe he's a slumlord. And there's a gang that took over the slumlord's building. Both of those things are bad. And this guy probably just wants to get out of it. Like, sure, I'll sell the building.
I mean, if you're a gang, it seems like an easier building to take over would be that of one run by a slumlord.
Slugward. Okay, let me tell you about the robot leg real quick, because this is pretty damn interesting. Researchers said on Monday, that's today, they designed a robot leg with artificial muscles for the first time. They use oil-filled bags, allowing machines to move more like humans that can jump nimbly across a range of surfaces. Nature Communications. Let me see if I can find them. Nature Communications. I want to see the video of this damn robot hopping around. The researchers hope the new technology can be used in the future to create humanoid robots to help out with, quote, boring labor is what they call it. And they said if one was to fall on you, it would be quite painful, so stay away. But they wanted to make robots more useful in helping us out like this. I don't see the video just yet. I'm on Nature Communications.
I don't see the need for it. Do we need robots to have fake muscles? Don't they already have, like, pistons and turbines? And
I would think they...
Like,
I mean, they
robot,
do, right?
Like actual mechanical muscles and not like some weird bag of oil that's supposed to mimic a human.
And aren't those stronger? Like a piston's stronger than a muscle, right?
I would expect it to be.
Like I would like to get my muscles replaced with pistons if I could. I would do that.
I can't wait to get my cyborg legs installed.
You're going to be so fast.
So cool.
You're going to blaze right past Oscar Pistorius.
Absolutely. Take that, Blade Runner.
I just
see the video. Ready for my cyborg penis.
So it's coming soon.
In more ways, never mind.
Quick break. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. We say words, you listen. You can call and say words too. It's really just that easy. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we got numerous storms developing, about an 80% chance for rain, and like in days past, it may come down so hard that it causes a little bit of ponding, even some nuisance street flooding, some of those notorious low spots. Remember, you don't want to drive through that stuff. We'll see a high temperature about 89 degrees, rain ending after 8 p.m. More of the same tomorrow. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get your home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime. Download the Lowe's app to find what you need today.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Andersen's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Andersen. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. You won't be disappointed. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Vice President Harris.
They are out of their mind.
Former President Trump.
We have to set the record straight.
Go toe-to-toe in Philly.
The presidential debate.
Listen tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on iHeart's 24/7 News Channel.
Or search debate on the free iHeart Radio app.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Before we get into these final dispatches here, I saw this headline from the New York Times. They've now changed it about 3 different times. But the first headline that was up on this article about the Taliban from the New York Times said, the Taliban have gone too far.
Just now?
What? When I saw that, I was like, did they just cross the line here? I was like, everything else was fine.
Are we talking about a different Taliban?
It's like, this is the guy in the office of the New York Times who wants to pretend like he has a spicy take, but he doesn't want to be super controversial. So it's like, you know what? Enough's enough. Somebody's got to say it. The Taliban have gone too far. We can't stand for this anymore.
You know, the more I hear about this Taliban, the more I think they're really not such great guys, this Taliban.
I know you might be thinking maybe there's some good things about them, but I don't know. No. The Taliban, too, Electric Boogaloo, just as terrible and hateful towards women and everything else. These Arab losers that run Afghanistan are absolute garbage human beings. They want to make singing illegal. They want to make being a woman in public illegal. It's disgusting. And it's not a very hot take to point that out. It's just reality. But sometimes people don't want to point out reality. Like with the Aurora Venezuelan gang story. It was like inconvenient to some people. So you go, don't believe what you see with your own eyes. This isn't actually a problem with gang members coming into this country illegally. We don't have these outlaws taking over. No. It's actually about slumlords. That's the important thing. Same thing with the grocery store thing. I could point it out a million times. I could say, guys, I'm with you. People out there gouge prices. There are corporations that are greedy. You're fighting the wrong battle here. Go over to the areas where corporations are being super greedy. Anything in the digital space, for God's sake. These places get ridiculous profits, make insane amounts of money. But it's not happening as much as you think it is in the grocery store. Why do I say that? And the facts don't matter for a lot of people get mad about that. I say it because the natural outcome of saying that it's these greedy grocery stores, you go from there to logically what follows. Well, we need groceries. This is a thing that humans need. We can't let these evil corporate people take control. We got to have the government take over these grocery stores. The government takes over the grocery stores, and then the government says it's a supply chain that's doing this. And then the government takes over the supply chain stores. And then everything is garbage. Everything ruins. Everything goes to hell. And it was all because somebody didn't just want to say the truthful thing in a moment. So even when it's uncomfortable, you should say it. Even when you're saying something about the Taliban being going too far, I guess. Last couple of dispatches here. In fact, you might call them, if you were a brave man, the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
All right, let's see what we got here. You sent them. It's time to play them. Frostbite has a dispatch for us. Let's see. This is kind of a long one. Maybe I'll just try it out.
What's going on, you guys? So I'm a little bit behind right now, but regarding the dispatch that Ray sent in, as soon as he sent that in, there were some undertones that I picked up on that I'm quite sure other people did
for him
as well. I recorded a dispatch, but then I decided not to send it in. I thought maybe I was just thinking about things way too much, and, it's not a big deal, whatever. And then Rux ended up sending in a dispatch following up what Ray said. So
he agreed?
Yes, Rux agreed. And then touching on Ray, touching on what Ray said, man, if I'm not mistaken, hip-hop/rap is the highest grossing musical genre in the entire world right now.
Oh, I would not be surprised if that was true. I know country is having a bit of a moment, and country music is doing fairly well right now. But hip-hop, rap, all has controlled the overall culture in the Western world, specifically in the United States of America, for at least 10 years. It's just been the overwhelming force. You can follow this happening in big trends. The 80s were all about hair metal bands and that kind of music. The 90s were all about alternative rock breaking through as Nirvana and Soundgarden and all Smashing Pumpkins and all these bands took over. Into the 2000s, it became like this new metal thing, and then a lot of hip-hop began taking off in a huge way, not just within the hip-hop community, but just everywhere. And then as of late, it's been just the dominating force in culture. So, yeah, you're right about that. I think it might be waning a bit. I think people might be looking for something new. But no doubt, hip-hop has had a stranglehold on the culture, for better or for worse. I like some hip-hop myself. I'm a hip-hop fan, as you can tell just by looking at me. And I'm a guy who gets down with the hips and the hops.
I can tell.
Yeah, I knew you could. I wanted to say it just in case, just for the record. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, and that's brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
They're Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services, fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience. It was so easy to work with Cento. Just kind of told them what about the amount of stuff that I had. They said, here, we're going to bring you this many guys, and this is the deal. And then, boom, they were moving our stuff in no time. They're professionals. They are efficient, just a beacon of efficiency. And I couldn't be happier with their service. CentoMoving.com to get started. Get your quote today, CENTO Moving.com.
All right, let's see what we got here on the way out with the stories that didn't make the cut. There's a problem they suggest. I don't know if this is true or not, but people who are having to take tests during pregnancy, it's sending back false positives and their babies are getting taken away from them. They're blaming it on poppy seed bagels, decongestants, and Zantac. And they said it makes it look like they're doing heroin. And it comes up in these tests.
What's Zantac?
Zantac is, I think, isn't that an allergy thing?
No,
I thought it was a heartburn.
antacid.
Zantac is what it says.
It's an antacid for heartburn, stomach ulcers, GERD.
It says hospitals use drug tests that return false positives from GERD. Is so funny. From poppy seed, bagel, decongestants, and Zantac. I don't know if that would be enough to actually throw off one of these tests, but if you're in that world and you know more about drug testing like that, let me know if it's true or if it's people who have heroin in their system who go, it wasn't me. It was a poppy seed bagel.
I have GERD.
Yeah, it was in my GERD thing.
Speaking of heartburn, my wife has just now, at 37 years old, experienced heartburn for the first time.
Must be
nice.
Oh,
my God.
As a person who takes a prescription strength Nexium every day, I was just like, you absolute bitch. But it's about time.
All right, here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Unbelievable. It is just rain all month long.
Yeah, I was having tree work today, and a good thing they showed up early because I don't know if they would have been able to do all the stuff, or they would have just gotten wet the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think so. You wouldn't want to get hit with a bolt of
electricity. Just good old storm electricity.
Couldn't think of the word lightning for a second.
It's that song. They got thunder, electricity.
What's the other one? It's greased. Just couldn't come up with it. Today I learned this band right here.
It's all right.
The Beatles is correct. The Beatles broke up in 1970. At the time, they were all in their late 20s. John Lennon and Ringo Starr were 29 then, and Paul McCartney and George Harrison were just 27. That was 54 years ago when they stopped being the Beatles. And today, learn this song. Nobody's going to get it. Young Hearts Run Free is the name of the song. When this song came out, there was a huge controversy at the time on whether it was a country track or a disco track. This is the version. This is the version from Romeo and Juliet, so I think it's a little more disco-y, but a little more fun to end on. Josh, thank you for your service. You did a beautiful job today.
Anytime.
We love you. We appreciate you. We love you as well. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you.